Jagan, if everyone has joined, you can start.
Okay, sir.
A very good morning to all the delegates and participants who have joined from different corners of India. I welcome all to the workshop today on alternatives of single-use plastic. The emblem of India is Atithi Devo Bhava. Following the tradition, I would now like to request Shri P. Jagan sir to please welcome our guest, Dr. Sandesh Jain, Principal Director and Head CPCB Bhopal. Now I would like to request Dr. Pramod Pandit, Commercial Manager, West Central Railway.
हेलो हेलो सो म्यूट करना बोला तो म्यूट अनम्यूट एक ही बटन है अभी ऑन है अगर वॉइस जा रहा है
कोई भी एक करें बताइए सोन
We are here, Shri Gaurav Mishra, Senior Manager Operation in charge, Airport Authority of India. I would like to request Miling Nimje ji, Scientist C, to please welcome our guest. We are here, Zali ji from Sarthak Samudayak Samiti. I would like to request Dr. Y.K. Saxena to please welcome Imtiaz ji on this occasion. Following our tradition and culture of India, it is necessary to initiate the program with lit up of the lamp. So I would like to request the guests on dais to please come and light up the lamp and inaugurate the session. Yes, please. Shukla ji is requested to kindly join the function. Thank you so much. CPCB has taken major initiatives for implementation of the plastic waste management rules time to time for the crisis management and all. Several talent spot inspections were conducted all over India. In In obedience of the mandate of environmental statute, CPCB is organizing a series of workshops to disseminate information on alternatives plastic to the target stakeholders, educational or scientific institutions, e-commerce agents, NGOs, etc. In continuation with this project, today we have gathered here. All persons have joined virtual mode. We, the team of artists, have initiated participation from AFP and Indian Yes, I would like to now request Shri P. Jagan, the Regional Director of CPCB RD Bhopal, to give the welcome address. Please, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to all of you. Respected Member Secretary, Central Pollution Control Board, Delhi, and today's chief guest, Dr. Sandesh Kumar Jain, Principal Director and Head of the CPED Bhopal office. Ms. Divya Sinha, ma'am, Director, UPC2, CPCB, Delhi. Sri ML Patel, Superintendent Engineer, MP Pollution Control Board. Sri Alok Sahu, Assistant Engineer, Chhattisgarh Environment Conservation Board. And Sri Sunil Kumar Meena, Section Officer, Rajasthan Pollution Control Board. And the official from Western Railways, Bhopal office, Dr. Pramod Pandit Jadhav, IRTS Regional Commercial Manager, and Sri Gaurav Misraji, Senior Manager, Operation in Charge, Airport Authority of India, who are present here, and other participants who are joining through the VC link, and those who are joined through YouTube stream, live streaming also. I welcome all of you. As you all aware of that, the government of India has banned the selected single-use plastic items under Plastic Waste Management Rules 2016 from 1st July 2022 onwards. Under these rules, any kind of manufacturing, storage, sale, use and import of particular plastic items, especially the identified plastic items like plastics, what we have displayed here, especially plastic sticks, which contains earbuds, balloon sticks, earbud sticks, balloon sticks, candy sticks, ice cream sticks. These are plastic sticks which were banned, and cutlery items, especially the cutlery items which were banned, as are displayed here. You can see they over there: plates, cups, glasses, forks, spoons, knives, trays, and straws, which are especially used in the railways. That's what we are focusing more on, that this railways and airports, where they are used in the these cutlery items, which are earlier they were banned, and now we have displayed here. These are the alternatives for the this cutlery items which were focusing on the we have displayed this. And another thing, wrapping and packing films like sweet box, invitation card, cigarette packets, that films which were banned, and other items like plastic flags, PVC banners also, which have low utility and high potential of littering. That's why which were banned. And for Central Pollution Control Board, in collaboration with the State Pollution Control Board, we have taken measures for effective implementation of this ban, especially for CPCB are organized before banning and after banning many review meetings with the workshops, training programs, mass awareness programs before and after ban of SCPs with the State Pollution Control Board, urban local bodies, and MSMEs and CP in CPET, Industrial Association at large with the public also we have organized for creating awareness. And we also promoted at the same time, we also promoted for these alternatives, especially certification. We have given in the certification given for more than 200 compostable units for making this alternatives. Testing of plastic alternatives also we have done with IISc and CPET, and training programs provided especially to MSMEs all over India to make alternatives by involving CPET and state pollution control boards. So also measures are taken on supply side as well as demand side also, and by issuing directions under Section 5 of PP Act. At the national level, Central Pollution Control Board has issued for custom department, e-commerce companies, raw material manufacturing industries. At state level, we have issued direction to State Pollution Control Board for on the taking action on the industries which are manufacturing SUPs which were banned. And at the local level also we have taken action, especially by issuing direction and guidelines to the local municipal authorities for not issuing any licenses for those who are selling the SUP units, not to new licenses. So, and at the same time, we also developed a portals. We have developed, CPCB has developed major 3 portals, especially SUP public grievance portal, which is used by the individuals for making any complaint. If on that they can log in and citizen can lodge a complaint in that public grievance portal. And CP compliance monitoring portal also we have developed, which is used by registration can be done by ULB, State Pollution Control Board, and Central Pollution Control. EPR portal also we have provided, developed for packaging for registration of PW, plastic waste processing units, as well as PIBOs, producer, importer, and brand owners of this plastic item. All these 3 portals are demonstrated to the State Pollution Control Board and urban local bodies. So we also developed a SOP for registering these PWs and PIBOs for this EPR portal. And e-commerce companies, composed of plastic units, plastic raw material manufacturing units. And directions were also issued to the SPCBs and ULP for physical verification of PWDs as well as and the SOT developed for these PWDs. So especially with reference to this regional directorate Bhopal office is concerned, we have taken measures after banning this SUP. We have taken complete ban in our office. We have not no SUPs is allowed in this office. We have banned all the SUP items in the office, and all the awareness programs are being continuously given to all the office staff as well as local public also. Provided banners, posters for creating awareness programs, and conducting training programs to the MSMEs as well as ULBs and state pollution control boards. And we also conducted many SUP random inspections. So in that random inspection, as per our head office directions, we will be conducting inspections with in association with the state pollution control boards as well as urban local bodies. And we will identify by identifying the random inspection hotspots, and surprise inspection of various entities, and retailers and wholesale market industries and interstate boundaries also we have verified. And in that, most of the cities, almost 15 to 16 major cities we have covered. In that, total around 11,000 entities we have visited. In that, violations observed, and penalties was imposed on the violators, and as per the ULBs and state pollution control norms. And we have also issued direction for SUP enforcement drive. Also, we are for taking directions were issued to Central Pollution Control, issued SPCBs and ULBs for conducting SUP ban enforcement drive from March to August 2023 onwards. So especially the the State Pollution Control Board, urban local bodies in association with them, they will be conducting SUP drive for the school, colleges, and other institutions, and especially railways and airports also. They will be conducting that SUP drive. Therefore, we thought to have we have conducted interaction programs for various entities, the various institutes, all the stakeholders. Most of them are covered, and from last 9 months, 1st July onwards, we are continuously conducting the training programs for various stakeholders. And this time we are organizing especially for this railways and airport authorities. So for creating awareness. This is the we have today workshop is for the especially for airport authorities. We have overwhelming response we have received, especially railways. We have more than 450 nominations have come. I don't think maybe around 300 people have connected to through this web link, as well as 500, almost 500 people have connected, and through YouTube also they have joined. So it is a good indication that response is very good, and they shows they're very interested in the for implementing of the SUP ban. We have subject experts from CPET. We have invited them. They are who are involved in this SUPU, alternative SUPU R&D activities, and they're developing new technologies. And CPCB, we have Divya Sinha madam, who is directly involved in looking after this this plastic waste management rules. And from CPCB Delhi, she will be delivering this subjects. And state pollution control boards from Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and Rajasthan state pollution control board officials also, they are delivering their lectures. And NGO, Mr. Sarthak is the one of the well-known NGO who is working on this plastic waste management, and from last 25 years they are here. They have made an exhibition here, especially alternatives which are available in the market. That is here it is displayed, and we have also experts from Indian Railways, who is a commercial manager from Indian Railways Bhopal office. He is going to deliver a lecture, and Indian Airport also they are going to be deliver the lecture on this. And we will share the copies of all the presentation and the background material and everything to you through emails. And I hope today workshop will enhance your awareness and clear all doubts on SUPs, which will in turn will help in effective implementation of SUP ban. And finally, I welcome you all of you once again, and thank you.
சொன்னேன் அங்கேயே சேலத்தை சொல்லிட்டேன்.
சரிங்க சார்.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கோல் அனுப்பணும்.
நேத்து உட்காந்து நான் சும்மா
நான் பார்த்து நினைச்சேன் நான். ஏன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கோல் வச்சதால ஸ்டேஷன் டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ண மாட்டேன். ஒவ்வொரு அனுப்பி போட வேண்டாம்.
சரிங்க சார்.
Participants are requested kindly to mute your microphones. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for such a brief introduction to the actions taken by CPCB till date. We are really honored to have gracious presence of Dr. Prashant Gargav, Honorable Member Secretary of CPCB. Dr. Gargav is an environmental engineer and professional with more than 30 years of diverse and eclectic experience in environmental policies, sector-specific statutory requirements and regulations, air quality policy, and urban air quality management. He has been awarded with prestigious Fulbright Nehru Fellowship on Environment Leadership and Air Quality Management Lifetime Achievement Award by India International Conference on Air Quality Management. He was also honored by Indian Association for Air Pollution Control and NERI Alumni Association for his outstanding contribution.
Valmi,
Engineer.
I think someone who is deeply concerned about environmental issues should be the right introduction for me. That's the only one sentence needed. Okay, thank you very much for such an elaborate.
Please welcome the fatherly figure of CPCB. Sir, over to you. Please.
Thank you very much. Dr. Jain, Director CPET, my colleague, Mr. Jagan, Regional Director, Bhopal Office, Mrs. Divya Sinha, who is leading the efforts on plastic waste management from CPCB in Delhi, senior officers from Airport Authority of India, Indian Railways, the State Pollution Control Boards of the Central Region, NGOs, all those who are connected, virtually. I see the number is continuously growing. It's now 535 is the count, those who are connected to virtual medium. Let me once again, on behalf of CPCB, welcome all of you for this extremely important discussion that we are going to have today. There is no need to emphasize the adverse impact that is being created by various pollution that is being caused by human activities. We have to deal with all of them, not only for ourselves, but also for the future generation. Plastic is, one such critical pollution that is creating impact in all environmental components. It chokes our river bodies when burned, creates a lot of air pollution with toxic fumes. Can I request everyone to keep the microphone muted? This will be extremely important for a meaningful discussion during the workshop. Probably you should have, given the guidelines. Everyone should keep the microphone muted. And when somebody has to intervene, just raise their hand through the system, the icon. Make your intervention and again mute your microphone. So that's the normal practice. I thought we have learned to last 2-3 years of. I can hear voice of train coming or leaving the station. It seems somebody's microphone at the station is on. Please keep it muted. Thank you. Thank you very much. What I was saying that, plastic is extremely important pollutant that is creating problems all across, not only at pan-India level or international level, creates air pollution, water pollution, solid waste. And therefore, it's extremely important that, we deal it on priority. From the government side, from CPCB, or regulatory agencies, last 2 years, efforts have been intensified. You must be aware of a new plastic EPR framework that has come in place, which sort of tries to channelize the plastic packaging material that otherwise gets littered here and there, mandating producers, importers, brand owners for collection and ensuring that it ends up at the processing facilities. Also, there are mandatory requirements for reuse the material, reuse of the used plastic material. There is a portal that captures each and every component, each and every step of this chain, starting from generation to its scientific, environmentally sound processing. So that's one part. At the same time, there are certain items which are extremely difficult to be collected and channelized. You are aware that Honorable Prime Minister in 2019, during his Independence Day speech, mentioned about freedom from single-use plastic, and subsequently, as Mr. Jagan was saying, all items have been banned. Now, how do we take this forward? It has to be a movement. We need to work at different levels. Mr. Jagan elaborated on enforcement activities, the direction that we issued, starting from manufacture to use, to closing down the units which are producing these items. So on one hand, there are enforcement related activities, but that's not enough. We had to create awareness. We had to create ecosystem, market for alternatives. We had to do technology innovations, do a lot of R&D activities so that these alternatives provide cost-effective solutions, and also the usability also is similar to the replaced plastic items. A lot of R&D activities, technology interventions need to be done in this area. We also will have to work on behavioral changes. Swachh Bharat Mission, we have seen how a movement has been created, and many cities now take pride. I can take, since we are sitting in the central zone, Indore, consecutively for 7th year. So it's basically, it is not that only Municipal Corporation of Indore or the government of Indore has done it. Primarily, it has happened because it became a people's movement there. Every citizen of Indore took pride in making the city number one in terms of cleanliness. So that kind of environment, that kind of movement will have to be created, and for which we need to bring behavioral changes, create awareness, provide alternatives, share good practices. And that is what is going to happen today. I'm sure when we listen to the experts, they would share the good practices that is being done in different parts of the country, and that needs to be taken across. That's also one of the objectives of such interaction. So action at different levels is one thing. Second important aspect that I want to touch upon is we need to bring all relevant stakeholders together. Only the government agency, only the pollution control boards, or only railways, or only Airport Authority of India, or only NGOs will not be able to do it. Everyone will have to come together. Everyone will have to do the part, that is, or to play the role that is, expected from the individual or the stakeholder group. And therefore, we have been conducting the series of workshops targeting different stakeholders. We had workshop with urban local bodies, which have extremely important role to play. Then we had another workshop with R&D institutions and different academic institutions to sensitize them so that more and more research on alternatives could be done. We had industries discussion. We also discussed the state pollution control boards to make enforcement more effective, and also sort of facilitating the units which are trying to produce, which are coming forward to produce alternatives. So we'll have to bring all the stakeholders together. And I'm glad that today we have Indian Railways and airport authorities, which is a very important stakeholder in terms of their presence all across, and also the single-use plastic item that is being used at these two places. We are seeing changes now. Whenever we fly, whenever we travel in the train, the plastic cutleries have been replaced, and therefore, especially the Indian Railways, which has very large presence and which finds large use also of single-use plastic. I'm sure you will discuss these alternatives, and those who are present from railway authorities, I'm sure they are working on these issues. But how do we fast track the action that we have initiated at central level to each and every station level is extremely important. So identification of single-use plastic, and then which are the alternatives that are available, easily available, locally available. Those will have to be listed down and shared all across. I also would expect these authorities not only to try and facilitate.
Please keep your mic on mute. All of you, please keep your mic on mute.
I would request the authorities also to please not only try and identify the single-use plastic items all across. Of course, you can prioritize, work on the alternatives that are available locally at regional level, try and promote those, and also enforce these within your own system. I'm sure you must be doing that. If not, please do that. In the end, let me again congratulate my colleague, Mr. Jagan, and Mrs. Divya Sinha, who have been making all efforts for having organized the discussion. And I'm sure that at the end of the workshop, there'll be some actionable points, some good ideas. There'll be a brief report on this, which can be circulated, sort of sharing the learnings for today's workshop. With this, I'll close. Once again, welcome to all of you. Look forward to a very fruitful discussion, and more than importantly, look forward to each and everyone's contribution, everyone's participation in this movement, which is extremely important, for our own survival, for the survival of our future generation. Thank you very much. All the very best.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful inaugural address. Very truly said, sir. The channelization has been already under for tracking of the all activities regarding plastic waste management are under enforcement already. Now time to step up for plastic-free India. Independence of India took more than 100 years, and similarly, we achieved. Now we are also in the process, in the pathway to succeed in gaining plastic-free India too. Hope for the best. With these words, we will now enter into the technical session with the permission of our chair. Sir, can I proceed for the technical session?
Yeah, madam, sir.
There is Divya madam, Divya Sinha ma'am. Actually, the Airport Authority of India wants to present first. They have some other involvements, so they will leave soon. With your permission, can I start the technical session with the presentation of Airport Authority of India?
Yes, sir.
Please also permit me to leave. I have to join another meeting. You please continue.
Yeah. I know, sir. Lucknow also there is a meeting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. All the best.
So much, sir.
Divya ma'am, can we? अच्छा दिव्या मैम उधर है सर कर रहा है दिव्या मैम भी नहीं can continue सर ये कंटिन्यू करवा लेते मैं प्रेजेंटेशन यहाँ से शेयर हुआ तो वहाँ से हुआ देख लें प्रेजेंटेशन यहाँ से शेयर हो जाएगा उनका उधर से है सर नहीं सर तो आप कर दीजिए और क्या
यहाँ से मतलब हमारे यहाँ से ही होगा
नहीं
हम लोग देख पाएगा कोথায় দেখতে হবে ক্যামেরা অন অফ কর कैमरा ऑन आइए कहां से देखिए कैमरा इसको कैमरा नहीं देखिए कैमरा तो আমাদের দেখতে পাবে না তো না सीएम को दिखाई दे रहा है सीएम ने डर से आप तो रियल क्या है ये तो दिखाई दे रहा है कहां दिखाई दे रहा है ए सर आप बोल रहे हैं
When there are challenges, there are solutions too. Please welcome Ms. Divya Sinha, the Dynamic Director of UPC 2, CPCB Head Office Delhi, who is day by day dealing with the challenges and providing the solutions. Who else more than her can focus on the challenges and the solutions? Kindly welcome. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks, Jagan and Paulami, for giving me this opportunity to highlight the activities which have been carried out by CPCB in line with the call which has been given by our Honorable Prime Minister for phasing out of single-use plastics from our country. So I would just basically what I would present today in today's meeting is what major activities have been taken at CPCB and the state level, and also we will have a brief overview of what we are expecting the railways and the airline authorities, airport authorities to implement to join in the campaign of single-use plastic elimination of single-use plastic, so that we can, because we have these considering the footfalls we have at the both the places in the railways as well as the airports. So we are going to basically align our presentation in that. I will make a brief presentation. Some of the issues have already been covered by Jagan in the beginning. So I will basically skip those issues and I will come to the main portion. So just Jagan, please confirm if my presentation is seen. I will just.
Please tell it is visible.
Can my presentation be seen, Jagan?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So basically, this is Prakriti, which is basically the icon which has been launched by
School interview ki holo?
Yeah, which have been launched by
May.
আর মেয়ে লরেটাতে পড়ে কেজি থেকে এবার ক্লাস 1 এ উঠলো
I would request all of you please keep your mic on mute.
না আরেকটা তোমার ওই যে স্কুলের
I would request all of you please keep your mic on mute.
পরে আমার
হ্যাঁ 12টার আগে সাধারণত কোনো জায়গাতেই হয় না
10 মিনিট আগে ফোন করবেন যখন গেলে
তোমার একটাই মেয়ে না
Ma'am, I have a suggestion. Cannot the host mute all the participants except the speaker?
Yes, because
So basically, all of us are aware that this is basically the generation of plastic in the country. 40 lakh tons per annum. Plastic being non-biodegradable, it tends to accumulate. And there are two issues with plastic. One, it tends to accumulate. Second thing is, it is basically coming as mixed with solid waste. So although the processing of plastic waste is not very difficult, but since it is coming as mixed with solid waste, it becomes it's a challenging challenge for all the concerned authorities to segregate it and then process it. So we have around 40 lakh tons per annum, and because the plastic has not degraded over a period of time, we have around 3,000 dump sites across the country. If those living in Delhi would be aware of the Ghazipur, Bhalsava, and the Okhla dump sites. The other waste degrades, but the plastic remains, and so it becomes a major concern across the country. We have court matters coming up regarding these dump sites which are there, and the severe threat which they pose to the environment. And most of the so basically this is the reason why plastic has become such a major issue as far as the environmental protection is concerned. So in view of this, our Prime Minister had given announced India's pledge to phase out single-use plastics by 2022 during the World Environment Day 2018, and also pitched for freedom for India from the single-use plastic in his 2019 Independence Day speech. So all our activities have been aligned to fall in line with the announcement which has been made by our Honorable Prime Minister for phasing out the single-use plastics. First and foremost, major amendments to the plastic waste rules were brought in by the Ministry of Environment and Forest. I will just outline a few of them. There are 4 amendments which have been brought in the last 2 years. First was brought in August 2021. in which the single-use plastic items were defined and identified. And September 2021, the single-use plastic was permitted to be used. The recycled plastic was permitted to be used for food packaging, subject to the FSSAI clearance. And February 2022, EPR guidelines were notified, and also in July 2022, provision for certification of biodegradable plastics was introduced. So majorly, there were first we had the procedure. The procedure which was followed was the single-use plastics were banned, and then there were steps which were taken to promote the alternatives, because all the compostable plastics and the biodegradable plastics, wide the notification which has been brought in by the ministry, they have been exempted from the ban. So these were the 4 amendments which are brought in the last 2 years. And see, this has already been covered, which these are the basically the single item used plastic item means an item which is intended to be used only once before it's being disposed. So Jagan has already highlighted, we have the plastic sticks, cutlery items, packaging, and the flags, which are the major items which have been covered. In addition to there are basically overall 19 single-use plastic items which have been banned by the August 2021 notification by Ministry of Environment and Forest. In addition to that, we have, in addition to these 19 bags, 19 items, we have the carry bag thickness has been now increased. The minimum permissible thickness for carry bags is 120 microns now. And for the non-woven bags, they have to be more than 60 GSM. And also the plastic packaging sheets has to be more than 50 micron. So there are, in addition to the 19 items, we have limits for the bags, the plastic sheets, as well as the non-woven bags. And also the point to be noted is that these restrictions are not applicable to the compostable and the biodegradable plastics. And also we have this plastic packaging. This was this provision is there in the original rules 2016, that plastic packaging is not to be used for the tobacco products. So these are overall items which have been banned as per the PWM rules. So these are some of the pictures. We can skip them because all of you are well aware of them. These are basically just to give you an overview of the items which have been banned. To fall in line with the implement the provisions of the plastic waste management rules with respect to single-use plastic, CPCB prepared a comprehensive action plan in which we had made interventions for supply side, which was focusing on stopping the supply of the single-use plastic items in the economy, and then the demand side interventions are made to stop the usage of banned single-use plastic items, and enabling measures also we have taken to promote the alternatives to single-use plastic. So I'll give a brief overview of what all measures we have taken in this regard. And we have basically issued directions to all the major industries which are using single-use plastic items like earbuds, candy sticks, and straws, to stop using them. And we had issued directions to 10 industries, and all of them have complied with the CPCB directions. Those using plastic straw have switched over to paper or compostable straw. Those using plastic earbuds have switched over to paper or bamboo earbuds. Those using plastic cutlery have shifted to bagasse or wooden cutlery, and plastic packaging industries have switched over to the wooden or paper packaging. So this was a major shift by the major industries in the country. And e-commerce.
Ma'am, your slides are not visible.
Which slide is?
अभी नहीं दिख रहा है मैडम, बिल्कुल
अभी नहीं दिख रहा है. Let me just share again. अभी दिख रहा है जगन?
Yes ma'am.
Okay. So we have this is where we were, how the single-use plastic industries, major industries have shifted to the alternatives, and we have issued directions to state boards to ensure compliance at the state level. At the national level, we are focused on the major industries. And the e-commerce companies also, we have issued directions to 30 industries like Big Basket, Amazon, etc., not to stop the sale and usage of single-use plastic items. 20 e-commerce companies have complied with the directions, and 10 is for the remaining 10. CPCB has issued the closure directions for their operations. And gutka and pan masala industries also, we had issued directions to 31 industries, out of which directions issued to 9 have been revoked since they have switched over to alternatives, and they had also to pay heavy environmental compensation charges because they had been using plastic since 2016. And the industries, the alternatives which they have switched over is just all aluminum packaging, laminated with paper, and compostable plastics. So this is the alternatives which they have switched over. And also we have issued directions to the plastic raw material manufacturers, which are the major, we have 15 major industries like Reliance, IOC in the country. We have issued directions not to supply in the raw material to the industries which are manufacturing the plastic from single-use plastic items. So also directions, we had issued directions to all the state boards to revoke or modify the consent issued to the SUP producers. And as per the information provided by the state boards, all except 11, there were around 600 or 700 industries, all except 11 industries have either closed down or they have switched over to alternatives. So we can basically, to summarize this, an outcome of this is the production of the single-use plastic items in the formal sector has basically closed down. Now the whatever items which are finding in circulation is basically coming up from the informal sector, or it is being circulated in the clandestine manner in the country. We have also issued directions to the states to identify the commercial establishments, like, since the usage is also banned, like malls, marketplaces, shopping centers, cinema houses, tourist locations across the country, and to ensure that these items are not being used in such these commercial establishments. And in addition to that, we have also issued, we have taken enabling measures. CPCB, as per the plastic waste rules, management rules, is authorized to certify the compostable plastic manufacturers, and we have complying with the requirements. So none of the biodegradable plastic manufacturers have been certified. And as Jagan had informed, that we have also, in line with the workshops we are organizing now, we had organized these workshops specifically for the MSMEs who are manufacturing these items to switch over to alternatives. And we also we have to basically, to sum up to compile, to assess the information at the district level and the state level, we had made this SUP compliance monitoring app, in which the local authorities can feed in the data regarding the establishments and the status of their compliance. So this is basically the look of the portal. And we have right now we have 30,000 entities which are already registered on the portal, and these entities are basically inspected on a regular basis by the authorities to ensure that single-use plastics are not used by them. Also, we have the single use. This is basically what is important in the today's discussion. This is basically related to the single use plastic grievance app which CPCB had launched. This is basically empowers the citizen to participate in the campaign for ban on single use plastic items. In if a citizen finds that a single use plastic item is being used, sold, or produced anywhere across the country, he can just click a picture and post a complaint on the app. The app has the provision to transfer it to the concerned authority, and they can take action. And even the action taken report is basically coming on the board. He can track the status of his complaint. The usage of app still requires attention. Going by the figures I'm displaying right now, we have only 5,000 complaints. So this we need to promote the usage of this public grievance app. And now, these were basically in the activities which CPCB has taken in line with the comprehensive action plan. And in addition to that, July onwards, we have taken a enforcement drive for implementation of single-use plastic items, in which we had also the inspections were carried out by central board officers as well as the state board officers. And it was observed that although there is a reduction in usage of single-use plastic items in the higher end of sections of the economy, the usage continues at the lower level amongst the street vendors, the fish markets, local markets, and industries continue to manufacture thin carry bags. And checking at borders is required, since many of the states are saying that it is not being manufactured within our state and it is coming from other states. So we have taken an enforcement drive, a countrywide enforcement drive was taken, and this was taken along with the state UDDs and the state board officers, and so as to implement this. So as to identify the agencies and take the establishments and take necessary action against them. And basically, just wanted to inform, this is for for the information of all the participants. Action for industries is to be taken action against industries who are manufacturing single-use plastic items is to be taken by these state boards, and against the commercial establishment it has to be taken by the state UDTs. So as far as production is concerned, it has to be done by the state boards, and as far as its usage is concerned, action is to be taken by the state UD department. Now the issue is the production in the formal sector has almost been eliminated, but it still continues. So we have to basically focus on how to identify those industries which continue to manufacture these items and circulate it in our economy. So basically, in line with that, we have basically gone in for basically going back of trying to identify the suppliers of these items and trying to focus. Now our focus has shifted to identifying the suppliers and the industries where these items are being manufactured in a clandestine manner. Like I just informed, biodegradable plastic cups are not permitted. They were found to be sold by our inspection teams. We have identified those suppliers and the industry where this is a case study in Daman. In the industry where it is being manufactured, it was observed it is normal plastic cups, which was being put it in a packing with the biodegradable cups. So this is basically how we are now. Now our focus has shifted to this. We are trying to backtrack and identify the suppliers as well as the industries. And similarly, like we can just a few pictures to show that we have the bags, like this is the Azadpur Mandi. We have hundreds and thousands of shops which are there. So instead of going and taking action against individual suppliers, we have traced the supplier of the bags to the shops in the Mandi, and action was taken against this supplier. So these are basically the figures related to the special enforcement drive, which has been taken, which was taken place during the October to December months. Now we are basically these were our observations during October to December. Now again we have strengthening our enforcement drive. We have conducted inspections for enforcement. SOP CPCB has prepared an SOP based on our observations, and now we have issued directions to all the state boards and our own officers to conduct the inspections during the next 6 months, with the focus on breaking the supply chain. And all the reports have to be filed through the SUP compliance monitoring app. And action against the producers will be taken by the state boards, and action against the commercial establishments to be taken by state UDDs. Inspection reports, action taken reports to be filed on the compliance monitoring app. So basically this is basically networking the entire country, how the complaints are going to be there, and the focus has now to shifted to breaking the supply chain. The suppliers and the industries where they are manufactured, they are required to be traced in the inspections which are going to take place in the next 6 months. And this is basically, we have already covered this. And now coming to the alternatives, we have the conventional alternatives like steel, glass, wood, cloth, ceramics, cardboard, and paper bamboo. These have been existing for some time. So their usage needs to be promoted. In addition to that, I've informed compostable plastic is a viable alternative, which is now taking place. It's being usage is going increasing. We have this, basically it disintegrates into small particles over a period of time, and it degrades into CO2, H2O. So the resultant material is not toxic. It is basically manufactured from some chemicals like PLA, PHA, and PBAT. This is how the compostable plastic bag looks like. It is basically very thin. It's similar to plastic, but it has a slightly, the texture is different. So by looking at the field, we can make out what is a compostable plastic.
Again, presentation is not visible, ma'am.
Okay, I'll just go back and share it again. Just wait. Can you see the screen now? Jagan?
Yes, ma'am. Presentable mode.
Okay, okay. Okay, so this is how the compostable plastic looks like. And now I just informed that we have the industries which have been certified for manufacturing of compostable plastics, and all the items which are banned, they have already been, industries manufacturing those items have been certified by CPCB, and it includes the bowls, lids, cups, glasses, straws, spoons, plates, and paper. Now we have paper coated cups, barrel coated paper cups, and thermoform products. So all these table trays and all, we have alternatives where the industries are there which are manufacturing these items, and they are available in the country. In addition to the compostable plastic, now a major items which are coming up are bagasse, rice husk, wheat straw, seaweeds, areca nut leaves. Bagasse is taking in the northern India, usage of bagasse for manufacturing of this cutlery items has really scaled up now. And seaweeds, areca nut leaves, usage of manufacturing of cutlery using areca nut leaves is becoming more popular in the southern India. And palm leaves, and then again we have, there are people who are taking trials to manufacture the bioplastics from the poultry products as well as from the agro waste, but these are yet to be established. But bagasse, rice husk, wheat straw, and areca nut leaves, these are now almost they are getting established as an alternative to the single use plastic items. So these are some of the pictures of these items. And just to give a feel of all these items which can be used for the carry bags, and we can have the biocompostable bags, carry bags, and straws, paper based and plant based products are there. So for all, just now coming to the railways and the airports, a brief on the usage of the plastics in these two sectors. CPCB, as some of you might be aware, CPCB had carried out an assessment of the railway stations in 2019 and as well as 2021. In 2019, we had covered 36 stations, and 2021 it was conducted by the state boards, and we had covered 339 stations. These are the major railway stations. Most stations were found not to be using single-use plastic items and the carry bags. But this notification has come up now after these inspections were over in 2021. And now we have, even in our enforcement drive during the last year, towards the year end, violations have been reported in some of the reports which we have received the railways as well as the airports were covered during this enforcement drive, and we have received violations of the SUP ban, because now we have a complete list. When we did this, the list as well as the definition was not there. So now the list, as per the list, the violations have been reported in the railway stations as well as the airports post SUP notification. Now, the frequently observed violations are on-site catering which can be are the using of banned cutlery items, serving food with plastic packaging, noodles with plastic fork, and fruit juice with plastic straw. These are basically some of the violations which have been reported at the on-site catering services. And shops located on the premises selling banned items, including sweets, cigarettes, etc., with plastic packaging, and carry bag thickness less than 120 microns, gutka, pan masala packaging, and commodities in plastic packaging. So these are some of the violations which we have observed. Now, the domestic airline operators must be aware. We have already issued directions to them not to permit the sale, stocking, and usage of the banned SUP products. And if the plastic film thickness is used is less than 50 micron is not permitted. More than 50 micron, if it is used, in that case, the EPR, the airlines has to obtain registration under the EPR. So for this, the directions have recently been issued to all the domestic airlines, and I would request the airline operators who are present during this meeting to ensure compliance of this direction and submit the compliance report. And a way forward is making the following: the railways, the SUP free. the railway stations and the trains, the airports, the aircraft, and as well as the office premises of the railways and the airports. So we need to focus on, at least it's not a very big effort. We have made our office SUP free. There's hardly an effort, but since it's a confined area, it is easier for us to switch over to the SUP alternatives and make our premises SUP free. And considering the footfalls, apart from compliance with the rules and regulations, considering the footfalls, we can envisage a major role to be played by railways as well as airports to spread awareness on the single-use plastic items, considering the footfalls. And we can have banners, hoardings, and jingles on public address systems or other means of spreading awareness. And this is one role we can envisage for both the railways and the airports, and also to promote the awareness on single-use plastic grievance app. Because as far as the authorities are concerned, we are taking as much efforts as possible. But it is very important for the citizens, common citizens, to participate in this campaign against the single-use plastic items. So both the railways and airport authority can play a major role in spreading awareness on the SUP grievance app also. And also, being a national carrier, I would request that you should say no to even transportation of the single-use plastic items. So if that comes in, then we will have a major check and balance in place to restrict the usage of say the circulation of the single-use plastic items in the economy. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the nice presentation. You made us aware about the 19 SUP commodities which were banned, about the increase in the thickness of usage of carry bags from 75 to 120 micron. Non-woven carry bags must be more than 60 DSM, and so on. You also made us aware about the ongoing and future focus areas. It is the importance of positive participation of the commercial entities for successful implementation of the ban is very important, that you have told. Most effectively, the awareness among the public about the grievance portal which has been developed by CPCB must be the public must be made aware about the portal for the expedited for the airports and railways, which items are found violating during the inspection. You have focused on that. I think we are having representatives. This program is made for the railway representatives and airport authorities. So they will in future concentrate on the same for removal of the violations. We are eagerly waiting to hear from the airport authorities and the railways for whom the program has been made. We are here with us, Mr. Gaurav Mishra, the in charge of operations, Bhopal Airport Authority, and he has done his BTech in Electronics and Communication, MBA in Operation Management, joined Airports Authority in the year 2010. Since then, he has served in different airports, including Ahmedabad, Kulu, Surat, and presently he is posted at Bhopal. He is involved in installation and commissioning works of various CNS equipments on pan-India basis. So over to you, sir. It's working. You can speak.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. So, primarily, what we are, I will start with a brief about the Airports Authority of India. So, Airports Authority of India was constituted by a Parliament Act, and it came into existence on 1st April 1995 by amalgamation of two major divisions of airports. That was the National Airport Division and International Airport Division. Currently, we are having 137 airports, which includes 24 international airports. We handle across as due to pandemic, we don't have exact figures right now, but in 1920, we handle around 1,314,000 aircraft movements on pan-India basis and a passenger footfall of around 160 million passengers. So moving on to the topic, that the categories, properties and application of plastics. We have provided this chart and we have pasted this chart at all outlets available at our airports. Because what we think that it is not what we expect we will give some guidelines and it will be implemented thoroughly. We think that it should be from the root level. So what we believe, we train our people, we give training to our people, our staff, we give training to the one who is managing these waste. We give training to, and we try that awareness shall be among the general public, that is our passengers also. So we paste this type of charts on all the outlets that are available in our airports. This basically describes the code and the symbol for each type of plastic that is being available. So the challenges and the things that we encounter on daily basis, the single-use plastic products like plastic water bottles and pouches, plastic spoons, forks, straws, glasses and plates, plastic carry bags, wet wipes for personal and domestic use, fast food containers or metal sandwich wraps, salad boxes with hot or cold food, beverage bottles, bars and wine bottles, liquid refreshments, juices, medicine packaging, instant beverage meals. These are some items which come in the SUP containers. Talking about the waste that we generate of SUP, ban on SUP. So earlier it was around the plastic waste that Bhopal airport was generating was around 70 kgs. That has significantly come down to 10 kgs per day. We have food waste of around 280 kg per day and a hazardous waste of around 2 kg per day. During the pandemic, this hazardous waste, including that PPE kits and all those, was very high, but nowadays as it is going down, so it has come significantly down. So since the ban, we have progressed very well, and different methods that I will be describing in the future slides. So responsibility of waste generators. This is the primary responsibility that has to be taken care by Airports Authority of India to minimize the plastic waste generation and segregation of source. Segregation of these things, these waste material is a very primary task that we face. No spreading of plastic waste and ensure segregated storage of waste at source. Every person responsible for organizing an event in open space which involves service of food stuff in plastic is multi-layered plastic. So AI, Airports Authority of India, declared Bhopal Airport as single-use plastic-free on 25th February 2019. And in other two phases, AI declared 85 airports across India single-use plastic-free airports. The order for which is
Mr. Ji, you have 20 minutes.
so just
Please stick to the time.
यहाँ से पीपीटी को क्रॉस कीजिए पीपीटी को अच्छा यहाँ से चलेंगे ब्लास्ट हाउस इज
no issues. So we have
Yes, please carry.
yes. So AI by its notification has declared 85 airports which are SUP free. And enforcement of PCB letters dated 4/2 that ma'am has already shown us. Those guidelines have been enforced. and different circulars on time to time basis are being given by AI for this purpose. We perform monthly surprise check. We have two groups. One group is DDG group, that is known as daily dedicated group. The main purpose of this group is to see the waste management and the checking off on daily basis. And on monthly basis, we perform a surprise check. And under that check, we check all these plastic uses and banks. Yeah, about the distribution of reusable cloth bag. So in special campaign 2.0, we have come up with an way to how we can further use keep a ban on this single use plastic. What we did, we made some cloth bags manufactured from local sources, and we distributed them among the passengers. All the passengers who were arriving at Bhopal airport, if a single passenger was found carrying a plastic bag, we take that bag from them and we give them the cloth bag, and all the materials that they were carrying in the plastic bags were transferred to that bags. Many passengers were very happy about this move, and we could have shared those. We are having those videos also, but the technical issues are.
इसको एड टेक फोर करना, एड टेक फोर करो, जब फाइल में जाके इसको बंद करो, आगे नहीं हो पाएगा इससे।
आगे नहीं बढ़ रहा है क्या? ओके, वैसे बोल दो व्हाट यू वांट। हार्ड कॉपी होगा ना आपके पास?
Apart from this, means we have distributed cloth bags among the passengers. Apart from this, as a basic root cause is that our staff, they are not aware. Even the cleaning staff, we don't call them cleaning staff, we call them Swachhata Mitra. So these Swachhata Mitra, basically, इनको ही training देना was a very typical task for us. So what we did, we organized different training programs for them so that they will be able to identify the waste that is coming.
You focus on your issues you are facing.
Yes, yes.
And what are the difficulties?
So this was the issue that our staff, these such Swachhata Mitra, they were not able to understand which type of waste is there, which type of waste shall be kept where, and all those things were there. So we organized different trainings for them. We organized training in coordination with BMC, and now we have a staff of around 70 persons, including male and female, who are involved in cleaning facilities and waste management. They all 70 staff is being trained, and they now, as on date, they are aware of how to manage the waste. So this we can call as a prevention, basically processing matrix, processing pyramid. In this, the top three things are there which we can take care of. That is the prevention, the minimization of use, and the reuse of the plastic. Although as the waste has gone down, the quantum of waste that we are producing today has gone down. So reuse facility we are not having at Bhopal airport, but in coordination with BMC, we are giving them the complete waste that has been generated from Bhopal airport. We hand over the waste to them, and they are using it as per their facilities. So talking about the innovative technologies, this was a very favorable thing that was very much all the passengers were excited about this. This was a bottle crushing machine, but in this we had a feature. Whenever a passenger was dropping a single bottle in there, this was prior to COVID. Whenever a single bottle was given, we provide them with a voucher, gift vouchers or something like this. So passengers were really happy. Moreover, once the plastic bottle was converted into granules, those granules were sold at a rate of 18 rupees per kg. So this was a win-win situation for passenger as well as us. But however, due to pandemic and financial implications, we need to drop out from this. So as on date, the machine is there, bottle crushing is going on, but no incentives are being given. So alternative to conventional petrol-based plastic carry bags. So compostable plastics means plastics that undergoes degradation by biological process during composting to yield CO2, water, inorganic compounds, and biomass at a rate consistent with other non-compostable materials. Okay, the major challenge once we implemented this ban, there was a major challenge. All the outlets, the persons who were operating these outlets, they come up to us, sir, aapne ban kar diya. What are the alternatives? Then we provided this link. If we can open it, this is a link that has been provided by CPCB. We sensitize each and everyone. We try to involve the passengers who are using airport terminal.
शेयर नहीं है स्लाइड शेयर करो
शेयर नहीं जा रहा है
So
from passengers, photos from the outlets, their shopkeepers holding their bags which are made of either paper or cloth. Like that. That we have included in the presentation, but it was not playing.
Actually, the presentation इसलिए दिक्कत हो रहा है, इनका खुद का सिस्टम से लगा है. He has not given his presentation, इसलिए थोड़ा stuck हो रहा है.
This is a brief introduction about
कितना size का है? How much time it take?
so 3. So in the last, like to add in this, so in the last drive that we carried out in October last year, so we weed out around tons, 500 to 1,000 tons of kgs of waste. And from that waste, we developed a revenue of around 15 lakhs.
So very good. Very nice presentation. Yeah, just I want to know, you don't have any issues related to implementation of SUP?
We don't have issues, but there are some points like these water bottles. That is a major issue that
The
we
major single-use plastic that we have that.
You are getting all the SUP items easily?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything that comes.
Actually, what we have done, that website link that you that CPC has shared with us, from that we have given to all the vendors.
Achha.
And only the products that are given from them, we even check the invoices, that
Okay.
whether they are taking it from them or from others.
I think other airports also must be following same.
Sir, these guidelines are being implemented on uniformly basis throughout on pan-India basis. Sir.
Guidelines from our.
Okay. Next presentation. We will discuss the issues, if any, there in the final session.
Thank you so much, Gaurav Mishra ji, for the nice presentation, short and brief presentation. We have come to know from your presentation that interesting fact about waste generation. Before the single-use ban, you were generating 70 kgs per day of plastic waste, and now it has been reduced to 10 kgs per day. That is really appreciable. You have been declared as SUP-free airport in 2019. Daily dedicated group of workers you're having for waste management, and the monthly surprise checks you do regularly. You distributed cloth bags and even distributed some gift vouchers while the paint bottles are crushed by by the passengers. And the granules sold by you generated rupees 18 per kg of revenue. All the vendors have been provided with the link provided by CPCB for the alternatives of single-use plastic. These all are very, very good initiatives taken by Airport Authority of India, Bhopal Airport. We must appreciate a big round of applause for your authority and for the future implementation by this way. Thank you so much. We are eager to hear from the huge network of India, the railways, the biggest network railways. So the implementation, I don't know how you made it possible or what is the status. Let us listen from Mr. Pramod Pandit Jadhav, IRTS. He belongs to UPSC batch 2016. He is presently working in Bhopal railway station, Bhopal railway, the Central West Railway. He is in the traffic services and senior divisional commercial manager. So we are actually eagerly waiting to hear from Indian Railways. So over to you, sir. Kindly present in a brief manner because we are having constraints of time.
Pramod ji, you have 20 minutes time. Other basic main presentation, CPT is going to give detailed presentation. You share your what are your practice you are doing, what are the difficulty issues you highlight more, please. No, you take your own time, but learn not more than 20.
Good afternoon, everyone. The interaction with the CPCB.
We'll definitely connect for the completion. First interaction during preparation. And second interaction, what exactly CPCB do, their guideline, their principle, how they coordinate, how they decide the policies, and how they are trying to implement to make this earth a plastic free.
सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक फ्री बोलिए सर, प्लास्टिक फ्री बोलेंगे तो फिर प्रॉफिट हो जाएगा। यही तो कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है।
But earth having everybody to sufficiently supply everybody's need, but not everybody's greed. Definitely, I agree with you. Complete eradication of plastic is not possible. Our principal director is also there, CPET, because many industries dependent on the plastic.
Plastic, even railways.
Yes. We are focusing on the single-use plastic. When it comes the picture of railway, I'm talking about the Bhopal division. It is covering 90 stations, spreading 60% of the MP, and having interaction with more than 7 zones.
7 zones. Very good.
Like Bhopal division is spreading till Khandwa, here till Nagpur, north till Lalitpur.
Okay.
From west side, if I take, it is till Kota. And in Bhopal division, we are focusing on complete ban of single-use plastic. Our terms, condition in the contracts, we specifically decide our term condition for the contractors, vendors, and cleaning staff or cleaning contractor for not using the single-use plastic. In station working also, we ensure there is a continuous announcement for the non-use of single-use plastic. We are running the singles also, and we are penalizing to the passenger and a pantry manager or pantry contractor who is involved in the single-use plastic. Being a mammoth organization and spread, it is very difficult to monitor a single-use plastic, and it's complete ban because origin and destination is not in our hand. Because some trains are originating in Jammu Kashmir, they might land into the Kanyakumari. That is the spread. Just they are running through Bhopal division. But what we are monitoring with our ticket checking staff, in between surprise inspection by our sectional inspectors. There is a surprise check by the officers. We are penalizing heavy penalty. Last financial year, we have penalized 15,24,000 rupees on 10957 cases.
Okay.
Our 9 stations having the water crushing plant, we have installed on the major stations. Passengers are using it, and they are also contributing to reduce the single-use plastics. Our inspector DRM sir is also very proactive for ensuring the single-use plastic is very less and the penalty is levied heavily. We are through Swachhata Pakodas, we are distributing the cloth bags to the passenger, ensuring awareness. Officers and ground staff is involved in the Swachhata Pakoda for not only the maintenance of the station premise clean, but a spreading awareness message about the side effect and hazardous impact of the plastics. In our each and every contracts,
we are ensuring the supply is through FSSI qualifications only. These are bottle crushing plant we have installed on major stations. Our concern is that I am very much thankful to Divya Sinha ma'am, who has provided alternative for the single-use plastic. We'll definitely go through that list and we'll try to implement into the division and each and every station. My concern is that when we are focusing on the cleaning aspect in the division, we are providing the impressed money to the station master. And that impressed money is almost ranging 1 crore. 1 crore for the stations. And our contract value, cleaning contract value is reaching more than 15 crore. We are spending on the cleanliness. But there is a need from the CPCB also to ensure the elimination of the root cause. If the single-use plastic is in the market, definitely the contractor, supplier and passenger will use it. Being a democratic country, if we are planning for the heavy penalty on the passenger, that is also not justified. It will be debatable issue into the parliament. Make the penalty or the clauses in such a way that we can go for the heavy penalty onto the passengers or the user. Definitely user should pay the penalty. If the person is using, we should go for the penalty, and that penalty should be legalized at the highest level from the parliament. And I am sure the CPCB will be think on that line. And CPET director is also there. The concern is that the root cause of single-use plastic origination should be eliminated. Then only we can eliminate for the single-use plastic across the working. Being a railway members organization, we are giving the best. We are empowering our staff. We are ensuring the terms, condition and contract in positive way to reduce the single-use plastic. And reciprocation is required from the CPCB also for the penalization and creation of laws in a such a way that the root cause of single-use plastic will be eliminated. Thank you from my side, and thank you for giving the opportunity to talk with the audience. Thank you.
One issue what we observed is, Pramodji, really we faced it. Recently we traveled in one of the trains. So we were served with the single-use plastic chammach, glass and other thing. So we asked the contractor, that sub boy, तो सर ये इसमें तो यही चलता है, तो then we contacted आपका train पे ticket collector or somebody also. So he is telling he is not aware about this ban and other thing. So what I request you is basically you have to create awareness among your staff. That is the biggest thing you have to make. The awareness is very much important. So that is that one area you have to look into it much. Anyway, that other issues you are raised, but this also you have to concentrate more on this part.
During Swachhata Pakoda, we are working on this. I told you the originating and destination of the train.
Especially
zones are working and from
where. I am not particularly mentioning your station or something. Overall, this is the situation.
It is actually pantry person's problem basically, who is serving.
So what is TT told me, sir, we were, अगर हम मुझे पता होता तो if I could have, if I know it, I will not allow this single use plastic. अब से हम now onwards will restrict ऐसा बोला तो.
Might be incident is happened in this division.
Yeah, that's what the main है ना हमारा आज के meeting का उद्देश्य भी, this is the purpose of this meeting is to create awareness. That makes a lot of impact on that implementation part. So definitely that is, you have to focus more on that particular issue. Yeah, please.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Jagan sir, too, for enlightening the issue specifically, because railway is a huge organization. Managing all the stations, all the trains, all the staff is a bit difficult, but we are still in the process of progress. So that is always welcome. from your presentation, we got to know that you have issued orders for the vendors and cleaning staff for the cleanliness awareness and not to use single-use plastic. In all of your contracts, you mentioned that the suppliers must supply the things accordingly with FSSAI guidelines. So that must be accordingly. The single-use containers are restricted from that. 15 crores of amount of money is spent by the railways for the cleanliness drive you mentioned, particularly for the Bhopal division, which is having 90 stations and 7 zones you are managing. So that is
7 zones is the interchange points. Means we are dealing with a different zone also.
Okay.
Not restricting on the single area.
Okay, that must be also for the other stations and other divisions also. So that's why, as railway is the hugest portion of our country, that's why our focus area is also railways, because the traveling, the passengers, the vendors, all the things are being dealt by you. To be very frank, while traveling towards, while leaving the station and going on the pathway, the sceneries outside are always not very cool to our eyes. So this must be the focus area. Please don't take this other way. And you also suggested some root cause eliminations. Of course, that is under process, and it takes always time to implement one thing. It will be implemented. We have to have patience. And CPCB, you also told to make the provisions in the guidelines for penalizing the users, the passengers. Yes, it is there, but the implementation, as I told, it will be implemented, but with timing. So thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful presentation. Moving to the next presentation, kindly welcome Dr. Sandesh Jain, the Principal Director and Head of CPCB. He has done his BE from Jabalpur in 1989, MTech in Industrial Design in the year 1999, PhD in Applied Mechanics from Manit in 2013. He is an engineer with 33 years of experience, versatile experience in testing and quality control, quality management system, training, technology and development and support, state-of-the-art interdisciplinary research and development activities for polymers, etc., etc., etc. Really, sir, we are honored to have you and we are eagerly waiting to hear from your side. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning to all the members present in this workshop and virtually connected. Sometime as a polymer technocrats, especially handling last more than 30 years in plastic line, it is sometimes very difficult for us to tell the alternative of plastic. When we are in the plastic field, when all the materials are converting into the plastics. Now, since this is the international challenge and our Honorable Prime Minister has taken a lead to protect the whole environment through such type of material which is damaging the environment. So, where the single-use plastic has been categorized, like earlier the speakers has told, 91 plastic products, which is under the categorization of the ban in the first stage. So, of course, when we talk about the activities which is happening, then yes. Yeah. So, once we are talking about the single-use plastics alternatives, I think various alternatives have been already discussed, like for the straw, for the cutleries, mostly, which is the widely used material, especially in the sectors where we are focusing today for airports, authorities, and railways. But at the same time, we have to find the difficulties, like in plastic, when we talk about various materials, somebody has told the compostable also. Somebody has told biodegradability products also. So, of course, we can use those plastic materials in the national level. Demand is there for to using, and CPCB is also taking a lead role to provide that type of polymer alternatives. Beside the natural resources, like we are using the wood replacement, like cutleries or paper replacement, paper products, again, like in the form of cups or in the form of straw. So again, I just wanted to emphasize one point. When the plastic has grown, so that was the focus point, that it is an environmental friendly material because it is reducing the overall natural resource which we are going to preserve, like especially the wood. So in that form, it has been developed. But since we have not able to manage the things in a time bound manner, or maybe I think MS Saab has very important point he has asked us, the behavioral changes of the human being time to time. So that is the main focus where we have landed into this situation. So we are seeing the alternatives. Already we are going to again footwear. Earlier we are using the same type of cups. Earlier we are using the same paper cups also, straw also. Slowly it has gone to the that way. So again we are going backward way because we have not able to manage. So once when we are talking about the waste, so if you see, if you see the life cycle, the plastic bag, when it was focused, it is 20 years, 30 years, that was a life cycle by the protector means told by the different. So if you see the worldwide consumption in terms of plastic, India has come to number 3 at present in the using. China is still number 1, US is number 2. And if you see the pattern, this is all data is given to the Plastic India forum site where it is already available. You can check it. India, the next please, it is 7 times larger than India, China at present. If you see the global aspects, the major plastic demands, if you see various sectors wise here and polymer wise, we are mostly means the single-use plastic are landing to that type. So that is the demand pattern in 2020. This is the latest this thing and different areas. And this is how plastic is moved its journey from 1930 to 1997. Then finally it has 34 type of plastic materials plus which is used especially for the single-use sort of application. Next. This is again the pattern of global per capita consumption. Somebody has told at present it is 9 kg or 10 kg. If you see, it is at present, it is almost touching to the 12.5, and maybe next 2 years it is going to come to the 15. This is the projections at present. And this is the polymer demand. Please skip those things. North, south, east, west, everything. This is no. Please go ahead. This is the main focus. Where plastic-based per capita consumption, if you see, this is the CPCB annual report is also specifying this thing, which is CPET is also a part of those analysis sort of thing. So it is like 2.2500 grams per year. So this is the CPCB in 1920. Now it may be slightly more also plastic-based per capita per year means. And different state-wise also data is given. Next. These are the MP data. This, I think, MP Pollution Control Board people can speak on these things, because what is the per capita base generation in metric ton? This is the latest data which we have received in the different MP. If you are focusing on the MP, this is the data next. It's again the use of plastic utilizations for the road construction, plastic recycling and recovery. As been told earlier, how the plastic is getting recycled. So if you see 90% plastic, rigid plastic cycle is getting recycled. PET bottles, it is earlier, if you have seen the railway scenario earlier, we have seen a photograph when I was posted at Chennai 1994-95. At that time, PET bottle has just innovated and it started coming. And it was in a huge demand at that time itself, because it was easily recyclable material. And nowadays you will find the rag pickers are, I think, Dajaliji is here, he knows. Firstly, they are focused on the bottle itself, because that is giving the values for them. Because reselling in a very proper way as a base. So that focus, because it is very easily recyclable. So PET material bottle may not be having much problem compared to the carry bags, which is affecting the overall scenario. Next, please. Of course, this slide already discussed by somebody doing this thing. I will not discuss. Now, focus on ban on selected SUP has already initiated by CPCB under the Ministry of Environment and other this thing. Where CPCB is also part to make them aware. But the course, when you talk about the behavioral aspects, so the first aspects is coming in that way to reduce. Means we are habitual to use, like if you are going to the market, we still, if you go to the simple market here in Hot, we are habitual to use. We are not breaking our mindset. No, this type of plastic below nowadays less than 120 micron we should not use on the December 31st. I hope so. That is the regulation. But it's still, as a personal capacity, if you are going, if we are still. So we have to start educating our mindset that yes, we have to stop. Then only the people will not supply. If we are, somebody was telling me when I was in the international conference at Jabalpur some 15 days back, they are telling the same, we are going with a like same this thing, bags, cotton bags. But when you talk about cotton bags, I have asked them, the new generation people, new generation, our old means own kids. If you ask them to go with this type of bag, they may not having any habits to carry that type of things, because they seems it is a very savvy thing. They cannot carry it for the full day. When they are going to office and returning time, they will pick up some materials. So in that way, we have to educate them what type of things you, because we have to promote them. Otherwise, they will simply tell, we can just order through Big Basket or this thing, so they will send you. So no need to go also. So that culture is still developed. So ultimately, the mindset of our new generation has to emphasize, where again the education and new education policy is also introduced those points where we are also having the big focus on the waste management, where CPCB can also be involved in that way. So that from the grassroots, somebody has told that from grassroots, the problem should be resolved. CPCB has to take the action for that. So we have to involve from that type of educating and mindset development. Because when you're talking about those things, reduce, so that is the first point. And then reuse. If two things we are able to control, then definitely we can stop using that type of single-use plastic, which is not very good for the environmental friendly. Recyclability, I can say, still in India, more than 25% to 30% material is getting recycled. That's why all plastic recycling industries are surviving. Otherwise, if that is not there, then nothing can. So only thing they have to think for the more value-added products, rather they have to focus on. And in India, this is the growth pattern where recycling plastic dana with a particular grade labeling of the manufacturer is also going to be available in future. This is the latest trend. We are focusing on waste management, so that type of recycling done, like if you are going to procure one particular grade from the one particular manufacturer like IOCL or Gas Authority or maybe HPL or Reliance. So similarly, recycling also they are getting promoted. Recycling. So in that way, the means recycling is getting promoted. And of course, for value added, the redesign and new remanufacturing is very important. Next. Already this thing already discussed in the SUP rule, and 120 microns as already told by Madam also, and GSM as per the non-woven plastic. Everything has been told by Madam. Next. These are the list. I will not repeat. Step towards circular economy. Again, earlier we call it the recycling. Now the word is changed in the international level. It is recycling economy, means circular economy. Same thing. But of course, where I have very much means happy that Airport Authority people has categorically specified the source segregation, where I think recycler people are very much means getting struggle at the time of when we are segregating the different type of plastic. So that education at the source reduction time, like when we are giving like two bin concept in the house. One is for the weight waste and another one was the solid waste. In the similar way, the third category where the plastic we have to identify at the source itself, and we have to only challenge which I am wanted to tell you at this stage itself. When we are going for the compostable plastic, which is a total biodegradability via the biological disintegrations of the molecules. So at that time, we are having some notification also, we have to put certain marks. But again, segregation is the big issue. The normal public may not be able to identify, they are not having proper provision to segregate it. And again, they will mix it. And second very important thing is the compostable side. If we are going to promote compostable plastic, how many sites we have to develop as per our overall user area. And third most, because it is like electrical vehicle. Electrical vehicle we are not able to start because it is manufactured, because we are not having the various charging point. Similarly, we cannot promote those things where the compostable plastic is playing very vital role in place of single-use plastic. And so that type of environmental developed site where it can be easily recycled with the time period which has been specified as a shelf life. Third very important point, challenge which I wanted to tell you here and to esteemed listeners there, that so many compostable plastics or natural resource plastics are there, but ultimately the availability because India, like PLA, when we are talking. So PLA, we are not having the plenty of PLA manufacturing this thing. At present, we have just started. Earlier, it was totally imported. This is the very common use material. So if you wanted to utilize to cater the need of 140 crore people, where maybe 50% are using the carry bags also. So you can take and calculate how much potential is there to use, but how much material availability. And the most important thing, the multiple cost. When we are talking and we are calculating, it is almost 5 to 6 times the cost of present carry bag. So when we are wanted to switch over to that line, these are the major hurdles where we are also not able to give you the alternative, because composite plastic already CPCB with the CPCB and BIS, we have formed various standards, and CPAT is playing a very vital role for categorizing and giving CPCB is giving license based on the CPAT testing report, and various manufacturers diversify this business. But ultimately, to awareness, there should be some marking is also there. Now, when both carry bags are coming, it seems to be looking to the same. So, how to segregate between compostable plastic and the polymer based means petrochemical plastic? So, in that way, there is segregation again is important because both processes are different for the recycling and for the biodegradation. So that is the major challenge where we have to sit down and we have to work out, and municipal corporation is taken into the confidence. Then only that type of alternative going to be established. Otherwise, again, now we are talking about the plastic carry bags, which is harmful to the environment. Tomorrow, those plastic which is really getting biodegradable, but we are not making, giving them that type of environmental condition. When we are projecting, it will be in 2 years, it is going to be biodegradable, but it will take 10 years. So again, it will be littering like that. So that type of challenges we have to again cater in the system so that we can have a free mind in future, so that single-use single-use plastic alternative can be established in that way. Next, please. What is the time, sir? I can do just to tell. Just to tell when I have to stop. Okay. Because this talk is very this thing. Already 9 tips for reducing for the plastic use. Everybody is knowing these things. Even the bio-waste, which I was talking in that way. Next, please. These are the 10 steps which already they have told. Which we have also
previous slides just showing what is, these are the new alternatives.
Yeah, these are the new alternatives. Or bring your own shopping bag. This is a very, very important thing. But ultimately, the young generation people has to put their mindset. They should be given some attractive sort of bags. So they are very habitual to carry. Otherwise, simply we are distributing that type of bag. They may throw like a carry bag we are throwing. Second, reusable water bottle. But this is the best concept, and still many people, if you see, they are starting using also. Even various office wearers we are moving, they are having a laptop bag with a water bottle. That is reusable. Even I am carrying the reusable bottle to my office. Bring your own cup also. This is a very interesting story. I am telling you, when this was not banned, we were in attending one conference at Delhi, where one person who was simply using the same plastic disposable cup in the conference, and single cup he has used. And when we are talking, when we are categorizing how many, because fortunately I was in a committee of deciding this single-use plastic at the national level. So he was telling, sir, this cup is not a one-time use. I have fully used 5 to 6 times in a full day when I was sitting in the conference. How you can say? So that definition has been developed after that. What is the definition of single-use plastic? Because for you, it may be multiple use, but for us, it is intended for the purpose, one-time purpose. Then it is called as single-use plastic. So in that way, a lot of debate was there. So that categorization was very important, and it is irrespective of things where we are using. So in that way, bring your own cup, pack your lunch. Again, this from the school going period we are using, but especially now the fast food concept has come. Parents are habitual because maybe both husband and wife is working. So that concept has come. So we are giving and packing in that type of format, or we are bringing and giving to our kids. So that's the mindset again here. So ultimately mindset. Say no to disposable straws and cutlery. Even I have attended few marriages sometime back, recent past. We have found, so I have especially asked the organizer why you are using this type of cutlery which is already banned. Still many people, madam has rightly pointed out morning, with their own interest, they are still using. So as a user, you have to ask them, please don't use because it is already banned. So in that way, then use compostable product bags. I have already told the many challenges are there. Bio-based instead of plastic bags, stored leftovers in the glass jars. This is the very, very important thing where many people has to work on this, because somebody is throwing in a different way, somebody is throwing in a different way, then so many things are happening. And slow down and dine in means ultimately how many means you are using. So it is again creating a lot of littering. So in that way, these are the few tips which we can give the alternative for the plastic. Next. This is few measures where we have also suggested earlier to some airport authority when they approach to obtain commitment from upper management to organize a green team. Already they have established, identified types of source of waste, which we are already doing, assess current waste collection contract. Same thing, they have develop a plan, educate staff and customers, monitoring and define the plan ultimately by checking and monitoring. So you can redefine measures performance, then promote successes. Means the success story has to promote it. So more awareness will come because sometimes telling is always acceptable. Okay, but we mouth publicity. So that is very, very important. And explain the program means it is not a one-time affair. You change your plan by considering the future forecast situations. Now, if you see the Bhopal airport itself is having now many more flights, and last month it was the highest people has used the flights. So slowly, that culture is going to be developed. So more waste is going to be generated. In that way. So these are few tips earlier we have given to airport authorities when they have approached. Next. These are some recycling plants in the same way which we have highlighted to them. Next. These are the few pictures I think Madam was, but see, earlier when you see, railways has improved a lot. I am always means very much fascinated about the railways authorities, where we are finding a wonderful cleaning and of course the overall situation through the railway tracks and all, even surrounding areas also. A lot of work there, a lot of, and salute to those people. So only thing, somewhere, as sir has told earlier, the mindset of the people, penalizing will not be effective because penalizing will affect the people in a different direction also. They can go for the challenging for the penalizing also. So we are ultimately going for the litigation in that way. So better to create a better mindset like other countries has developed their countrymen. Like a small country like Japan, their own mindset they have come up to that way. So we have to cultivate those habits from the basic education side. These are the few products which is very easily available in the railways. You can see the recycled where this type of benches I have found in various, especially in the Ahmedabad and those areas, they are recycling this thing. Compostable waste and recycling, all these three main concepts, now even four bin also, somewhere it is four bin. Of course, here again I am telling the mindset because railway is one of the point where all category people are traveling. It is not only airport, maybe we always care, but nowadays airport also many medium class means people are also traveling because of the low cost. But railway, where so many vendors are available, so many type of people are approaching, time limitation is there. I have checked one very important scenario when they are carrying the tea in a plastic carry bags. It is happening. They are taking small glass, this thing, and they are using. Still, you go to today in Sachiwala, any place, still I am telling, you will find that type of culture. So you have to avoid. Means that type of awareness we have to give to them and we have to protect in that type of culture. Because ultimately, that is going to thrown out onto the platforms or somewhere during the movements, they will throw it to any place and that is spoiling the whole environment. So that type of culture has to be, we have to highlight and those points we have to focus. Means what are the habits we have to improve? That we have to focus in the stories. Whether we can always speak because we have to tell the positivity of those things, what to do, what not to do in the public. These are a few things which already shown by the Railway Authority also and the Airport Authority. Only thing here I request to them, whenever they are crushing the bottles, you should always remove the cap. Somewhere we are finding even cap and that border of the ceiling, so that it should not mix with the pack material, because that is the different material. So that you can, and that different color rather also, so that you can have a better segregation or even granules with the same next to virgin label that is considered. So that type of awareness should come. These are the few things which we have found in various airports and various other places. So these are the conceptual things where we are still sometimes time to time monitoring. Like when we are approaching to airport, sometimes we are finding this full means waste is available. We are not able to throw the any place. That has to be again refill and what you can say, remove the waste and again fresh things to be replaced. So that type of monitoring is somewhere it is missing. That has to be improved. Next, please. See, this is again alternative. They can use reusable plates, reusable utensils. Still, in many places, this is implemented, but still the focus should be available on those things. These pictures itself are telling for those important points where they can avoid the use of single use. Next. Again, the similar line, the few photographs. This is the mono material packing. Earlier we were talking about the multi-layer packaging also. Now these are the very common, where mono-layer packing material, which is also having the same barrier properties by reduce and having the good recyclability rather. Like pouches, we are not able to recycle in the proper way. But the mono-layer packing is the big concept in the packaging sector. So that can be professionally handled. Next. There are a few table how to means what type of monolayer or which type of materials. This is in the like PVC monolayer, PET monolayer, BioPET, polyamide monolayer. These are the table for which type of characteristics and what is the industrial use. So this can be already defined. This is the and similar way some monolayer material solutions. This is the big means area where now packaging sector is improving in this line. Next. Monolayer materials. Yeah. So I think Madam is just wanted to stop me, and thank you CPCB for your invitation to attend and to share our views. Only thing I can request you, plastic is a very vital material, very important material for the human life, day-to-day use and for engineering applications. So somewhere the slogans which as a plastic technocrats is hurting to us, I can say. Say no to plastic. So please start telling say no to single-use plastic. So that popularity will go whether because otherwise whole system is going to collapse once we are say no to plastic. So this is my humble request, and thank you once again to all the listeners. If any queries are there, our details you can check in the website. We are helpful to provide you the solution. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir, we know that saying no to plastic is painful. But we are not saying no to the whole plastic communities, but the limited single-use plastics only.
Madam.
Let us welcome with these words Shri Sunil Kumar Meena, scientist lead, a dynamic scientist of CPCB Bhopal. We are always eager to listen to him because of his interesting presentations. He is going to present about the mission lifestyle for environment. What Dr. Dan was also emphasizing that the change in lifestyle, how we can improve our environment. His presentation is related to that only. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, all. Everyone likes a mission in life, and
After 2014, we have seen lots of mission. So now again, we have come up with one new mission. It is called Mission Life. Life stands for, before telling life, I must tell you. So वापस forget करते हैं.
Composing and as a market में आ गए ना, we are not able to conclude the composite side कितना है, बताइए ना. पहचान करने का तरीका नहीं है, सब कुछ मिक्स हो जाता है. आगे नहीं जा रहा क्या?
सड़क बीच में है बस, आप कभी
हाँ अपना सामने है ना,
सामने कुछ नहीं, सड़क बीच में है बस.
नेक्स्ट कर दो उसमें.
आइए कभी
जीटी रोड पे है. हाँ
Yes. Chalo. So again, good afternoon. We are living in a linear economy. We are just taking from the nature, making some products, and using and disposing. Lifestyle for environment will.
15 मिनट में होते होंगे, 15 minutes.
Will change your life from linear to circular. Where you will take from the nature, you will manufacture something, you will consume, but you will not waste 100%. You will try to recycle part of this. Waste will be there, but part of you will recycle. That is the only motto what we want. Our Honorable Prime Minister in Glasgow in COP26 Conference of Parties in November 2021, he just introduced this word Mission Life. And this is an India-led global mass movement. It requires mindful and deliberate utilization rather than mindless use of items. And the target audience is individual, means we, the communities, and the institutes. And those who will follow this lifestyle will call pro-planet people. The objective, is it visible to all? Yeah. Yes. The objective of this mission lies that by this is a 5 years of program. By 2028, we will be 1 billion Indians who will adopt lifestyle, and about 80% of the ULBs and villages will be environment friendly. So, but this kind of type of change will not be in the single day. So, Government of India has bring out 3 phases of this: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. The phase 1 is change in demand. This will not impact anyone's economy. This is just a simple way of living, changing your demands. Like in the place of plastic, you start using coolers, and this kind of practice, it will improve. Then in the second phase, when the demand is different kind of, then industry will be pushed up. That this is the market demand. Now you start producing such kind of products, and when these industry will start producing these items, then government will start changing their policies, and large scale industry will be asked to make such kind of products. So this is 3 phases plan. So everyone knows that what is the power of collective action, and India has already shown the power of collective action. We have removed 15,000 tons of waste from 75 beaches in 75 days. This 75 is very significant because we have completed 75 years of independence. In Swachh Bharat Mission, in 7 years' time, we had made 100 million toilets. And by Ujjwala scheme, from 62% to 99.8% LPG connection, we have reached to 2021. This is the power of collective action. So, Mission Life, this starts from 2022 to 23. We are in the phase 1, that is change in demand. This has 75 action points. Why 75? Because we have 75 years of independence, and these 75 action points are covered under 7 focus areas. These focus areas are energy, water, single-use plastic, our food system habits, waste reduction, health style, and e-waste. So one by one we. So in under energy saving, we have 19 sub-action plans. Like this, very simple, we can do in our life. We can start going by public transport. We can use stairs. We can go with bicycle. We can start using biogas. We can make our AC temperature 24 degrees Celsius. If you see your remote AC remote, it will by default enter 24 degrees Celsius. So now even companies have understood that what is the importance of temperature. We can adopt CNG. We can use switch off our appliances when it is not using. So such kind of things we can do under energy head. These are 19. Everyone knows these fenders. So by these adopt we can change things. Under water, we have 15 action points. Like for farmers, these 5 points are very much important because everyone not is here in the irrigation field. So less water intensive crop we have to move in that way. We have to go for more crop diversifications, different type of crops. We can go for micro irrigation, drip irrigations, and the water we have get from after washing of the vegetables that can be reused. At domestic level, the AC water or RO water, the reject water, we can reuse that water with in place of discharging it. By fixing our taps, we can save lots of water. And these are the few ways by which, like for washing your car, you go for the bucket rather than a hose pipe. By this, we can make some changes in water field. With respect to single-use plastic, where we are discussing today, especially, we have 11 points. Like for usage, you need to go for cloth bag. Ladies can adopt menstruation cup in place of sanitary pads. Recycle plastics. We can go for lunchbox of the recycled plastic or steel. And for carrying, carry your own bottle, carry your own bag, these kind of things we can go ahead. We have to participate in cleanup drives. Wherever in the city there is a cleanup drive, we have to participate in these and we have to put our work. Secondly, in morning time, like in Rajasthan, there is Saraj Dairy, in Madhya Pradesh, there is Sanchi Dairy. They give you a package milk. But the dairies that are owned by some dairymen, they pack in plastic things. There you can have a steel kettle, and then there you can take a milk. So by that you can change the packaging items reduction. And under sustainable food systems, like we can go for organic manure rather than going for chemical manure, we can go animal. We can create kitchen gardens in our homes, schools, or offices. We can use small plate for eating the food rather than a big plate because big plate has more food. So what your stomach requires, then we have to eat. Like we can add millet in our diet that will improve our digestion. We can go for food waste composting to improve our sustainable foods. With respect to reduction in the waste, start putting your printer on the default mode for black and white print and two-side print. By this, you will directly will half your printing papers, consumption of papers. Stop defecating your pet outside the public places. Donate old clothes, old books to the needy. Recycle paper products. These are very simple tactics that we are adopting, and just we forgot, and now in the luxury life we are not adopting. As these are the simple, everyone knows these kind of factors. For healthy lifestyles, we can adopt more for organic farming. We we have to start planting more plants to reduce the pollution. We can make food banks or cloth banks, or for animal centers we can make. We in our society we can make green clubs where we can discuss the things, and wherever we found some issue, there we go ahead and we solve it our level rather than seeing that government will intervene. we can grow a medicinal plant, we can start eating millet in our diet. It will change our lifestyle. And lastly, the e-waste reduction, electronic devices, we just nowadays these are very cheap, that's why we use and discard. Rather than discarding, we have to repair, start repairing and reusing them. Secondly, if you are discarding, then please discard to e-recycle, e-waste collection center. There they will recycle it, and in that way we can save the environment. We can use rechargeable lithium-ion batteries like in the mobiles we are using. Similarly, with other things we can use the rechargeable. Secondly, don't stop using the pen drives or hard drives for storing your material. Put on the Google Drive, put on the OneDrive or cloud storage. So these are very cheap respect to your environment and pen drive cost, so that we can afford. So by the all 7 focus areas, if we do in 5 years, see the impact we can see 27, 28. Like we will save 22.5 billion units of the electricity just by switching off our engines at the red light. We can by just tapping turn off your leakage taps, we can save 9 trillion liters of water. One man only requires 4 liters water. See what potential we can save in this water. Similarly, by using cloth bag instead of plastic bag, we can change 375 billion of tons of solid waste. And without this, if we are discarding our e-waste and giving it to recycler, then that recycler will recycle 0.75 billion tons of e-waste. So this is a huge quantum that we have to recycle, as this is the burden on our earth. This is the key performance indicator. Every mission requires KPI. This KPI says that by the end of 2027-28, we will be 1 billion pro-planet people. So we are listening each other and we want to be a pro-planet people. Secondly, there will be villages, 15,000 villages and 3,700 ULBs. Those will be live ULBs and live villages. So by infection, we came to know that India has only 1.8 tons of CO2 footprint, irrespective of global 4.5 tons. Then also we bring out this global mass movement. And one more last know-how that you can take away, that by just putting your water efficient fixtures, like for your toilets, by two walls put, then 30 to 40% water consumption we can reduce. That the lady also knows the concept, and she said that if you adopt this circular economy, we will save 14 lakhs crores additional cost by 2023. And by their discussion, the baby is very much happy that my future is safe when you are having such kind of discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. The concept is small things, adaptation in our behavior can change the world a lot. So this is the theme of Mission Lifestyle for Environment. Changes if we make in the lifestyle, it can change the environment positively. With this word, I would like to invite Shri M.L. Patel, Superintendent Engineer, MP Pollution Control Board, Bhopal.
Is available?
Sir, Patel sir, are you available?
यस बोल देगा,
बोल रहे हैं, आवाज नहीं आ रही।
अरे मीटिंग।
हेलो।
यस सर।
हाँ, मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको?
जी आ रही है।
हाँ, थैंक यू वेरी मच। मैं आपको सुन रहा था, काफी देर से सुन रहा था, और गार्गव साहब ने जो संदेश दिया वो भी मैंने सुना। आप लोगों ने अच्छा ये वर्कशॉप आयोजित किया है, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपको। ये बहुत सारी चीजें आप लोग इस वर्कशॉप में आज बता चुके हैं, दे चुके हैं, और जो मेजर सेक्टर है हमारे सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक के, रेलवेज एंड एयरवेज, ये मुझे लगता है कि जो उन्होंने अभी एक्शन प्लान बनाया है उस पर थोड़ा और फोकस करना होगा। ये अभी शायद रेलवेज के और एयरपोर्ट के अथॉरिटीज बैठी होंगी अभी, तो मेरा अनुरोध ये है कि इसको थोड़ा सा और प्रॉम्प्ट बनाएं। और मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन आपके पास में है, तो मैं अनुरोध करूंगा कि वहाँ से आप अपलोड कर दें, उसको शेयर कर दें, तो मैं यहाँ से, हाँ, थैंक यू वेरी मच। थैंक यू। ये चूंकि ये सब्जेक्ट था एलिमिनेट आइडेंटिफाइड सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक एंड इफेक्टिव इम्प्लीमेंटेशन इन मध्य प्रदेश, चूंकि प्रोविजंस के बारे में हमारे सीपीसीबी के अधिकारियों ने काफ़ी डिटेल में बता दिया है, और विशेष रूप से दिव्या मैडम ने काफ़ी डिटेल में प्रोविजंस के बारे में बताया, जो अभी तक एक्शंस हुए हैं उसके बारे में बताया है। मैं सिर्फ इस पे आपको बताना चाहूँगा कि एक्चुअली सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक के एलिमिनेशन के लिए मध्य प्रदेश में क्या क्या एक्शन हुए हैं, क्या क्या अपेक्षित थे और कहाँ तक हम पहुँचे हैं। नेक्स्ट
Sir, just keep it short, sir. We have short of time.
मैं वही बताना चाह रहा हूँ कि एक्चुअली सारी की सारी चीजें जो भी प्रोविजन सीपीसीबी ने किए थे वहां से हमने इनिशिएट किया, और आप देखें कि 2021 में हमारा ड्राफ्ट नोटिफिकेशन आया था, उसके बाद ही हमारे यहाँ स्टेट लेवल टास्क फोर्स कंस्टिट्यूशन हो चुका था। इसके बाद में हमने डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल और यूएलबी लेवल के टास्क फोर्स भी गठित किए, और तभी से बिफोर कमिंग द ओरिजिनल नोटिफिकेशन और फाइनल नोटिफिकेशन हमने पब्लिक अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम्स यहाँ पे मध्य प्रदेश में कंडक्ट कराना शुरू कर दिए थे। नेक्स्ट, ये सबसे पहला काम था हमारा कि हम सारे यूएलबीज को और रूरल डेवलपमेंट डिपार्टमेंट के माध्यम से सभी रूरल जो हमारी लोकल बॉडीज थी उनको सूचित करें, उनको अवगत कराएं और उनको ये निर्देश दें कि वो ये सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक को प्रतिबंधित करने के लिए या एलिमिनेट करने के लिए उन्हें क्या कार्रवाई करनी है। इस तरह के निर्देश हमारे यहाँ से मींस अर्बन डेवलपमेंट डिपार्टमेंट और रूरल डेवलपमेंट डिपार्टमेंट के माध्यम से जून 2022 में ही जारी कर दिए गए थे। नेक्स्ट, ये जुलाई में जो एक ड्राइव चला था उसके लिए हमारी सारी अर्बन लोकल बॉडीज ने काम करना शुरू कर दिया था। सबसे पहले तो यूएलबी लेवल के टास्क फोर्स गठित किए, रेट्स और मार्केट्स, टूरिस्ट स्पॉट्स, स्टॉकिस्ट, रिटेलर्स, सभी के यहाँ ये जो रेट्स और चेकिंग शुरू कर दी थी, और जहां वायलेशन पाए गए थे।
Sir, just I want to interrupt you, sir. If you can use mixed because it is a Pan India program, so many other people also joined. You can use mixed language, Hindi as well as English.
Yes. Okay. Then penalties was imposed on the violators. Next, this is the chart showing the social media campaign drive conducted by the urban local bodies and the pollution control board jointly. In this 3,102 hoardings were installed in all over the MP. Around 2,95,000 pamphlets were distributed in July only. And number of display boards established were 803. Number of print media campaign were 406, and MOU signed with the cement plants NHI for the use of the plastic waste was 87, and then number of ULBs having separate section was 321 out of 411. In July, around 321 ULBs were having vehicles segregated for collection of segregated plastic waste. Next. Involvement of citizens during July 2022. ये around number of young peoples and students involved in plowing run and awareness campaign 4,285. Number of shops, homes, organizations covered around 1,47,000, and number of home visits for spreading awareness were 6,35,000, and number of inspections of the hot spots was 1,043, and number of Jhola Bartan Bank, it was the special for the Madhya Pradesh. The ULBs created Jhola Bank and Bartan Bank. to avoid the use of the single-use plastic. It was around 1,532 in July 2022. Number of citizens covered in the awareness campaign during July was around 1,22 lakhs and 61 sorry 1,22,061 it is around 12 lakhs 12 lakhs 26,000. Next, summary of the action taken for all the 7 divisions. This is given in which was action taken in July during July 2022. Next, this is the summary of these actions for the June to December, in which around 38.64 lakhs penalty was collected by the urban local bodies and Madhya Pradesh Police Control Board jointly. Next, this is the raid, seizure and penalty programs from January 2022 to December 2022, in which around 148 metric tons single-use plastic was seized and around 59 lakhs rupees were collected as penalty. Next, the information on ban on banned SUP items and their alternatives. In Madhya Pradesh, there were only 29 small-scale industries which were engaged in the manufacture of the banned single-use plastic. All these industries were instructed or directed to close down their activities and to stop the production of single-use plastic. Out of these, 16 units switched their production to the compostable or biodegradable plastic, and 13 units are closed at present. Means no industry is manufacturing single-use plastics in Madhya Pradesh at present. Next, these are the sensitization workshops and with industries and stakeholders which were conducted jointly with the by the board and other institutions. Next, and these are the publicity activities to know all the stakeholders about the provisions and how to implement the elimination banned single-use plastic items in the Madhya Pradesh. Next, this is the public sensitization other activities. Next, these are the same programs actually. Other activities, actually the main purpose of banning the single-use plastic was to reduce the plastic waste, and we are concentrating on the waste only. Here I want to know all the participants that in Madhya Pradesh all type of the plastic carry bags are banned. There is no permission for any type of plastic carry bag, and hence the thickness norms for the single plastic carry bag is not applicable for Madhya Pradesh. And in Madhya Pradesh, the Madhya Pradesh Police Control Board has established control room at head office Bhopal by order this. There is no industry engaged manufacture of the single-use plastic items. Use of plastic waste for co-processing in the cement kilns was started in 2008 and 9, and till now around 1,61,000 metric ton plastic waste has been co-processed in cement industries, which is the main purpose of these bans. If the plastic waste is managed properly, there is no need of any type of ban, and hence we are encouraging the cement industries to use maximum plastic waste which are not recyclable. And even the plastic waste started for the construction of road in 2014 and 15 in Madhya Pradesh, and up till now year-wise detail are given here, which has been used for the road construction, especially for the rural roads. Next, ये मैं इस पे आपको जरूर फोकस करना चाहूंगा कि कलेक्शन एंड सेग्रीगेशन, प्लास्टिक वेस्ट का कलेक्शन एंड सेग्रीगेशन होने के बाद से एक्चुअली वी आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स द प्लास्टिक वेस्ट फ्री सोसाइटी. हियर आप देखें इन 2016 there were only 287 urban local bodies and plastic waste collection was only 50,457 metric ton, or number of registered recyclers were only 16. And now here in 2021 and 22 there are 391 urban local bodies and plastic waste collection was 1,32,955 metric ton for the year. and number of recyclers has increased to 131. This is the impact of these drives. Means we are collecting plastic waste at source and utilizing it for recycling, for cement, for co-processing cement industry, and for road making. Next. Here, this is the scenario of the plastic waste recycling in 2016-17. Recycling was only 2,000 metric ton, and co-processing was 4,383 metric ton, and in road construction it was used only 54 metric ton. Means total utilization was 6,437 metric ton. And now in 2021-22, it is the recycling is around 2,23,870 metric ton. Co-processing in cement industries, it was 61,595, and for road construction it was used around 436 metric ton. Means the collection of cement, collection of plastic waste from the urban local bodies was only 1,32,000 metric ton, but utilization was 2,85,901 metric ton. It means the plastic waste from the industries and from the legacy waste was strengthened and it was encouraged, and the utilization has been increased to around 3 lakhs metric ton. This is the impact of the general public awareness drives and the encouragement of the recycling and co-processing in cement industries. Thank you very much. यही मुझे कहना था कि ये अगर हम ड्राइव करते रहेंगे और चलाते रहेंगे और हम प्लास्टिक वेस्ट को अगर एड्रेस कर लेंगे तो मुझे लगता है ज़्यादा बैन की जरूरत पड़ेगी नहीं. अगर हम कंप्लीट प्लास्टिक वेस्ट उठा के और उसको हम कई यूजफुल मैनर में यूज कर सकते हैं तो हमें किसी को भी बैन करने या किसी को रोकने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. एक्चुअली बैनिंग इज नेगेटिव प्रोसेस and we should avoid this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the short and brief presentation. You have covered all the most of the fields about MP state. CPCB RD Bhopal under its jurisdiction is having Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan as well. So let's welcome Shri Sunil Kumar, Scientific Officer from Rajasthan Pollution Control Board, to state the status of implementation in the state of Rajasthan. What is the status of single-use plastic ban and the use of alternatives? Over to you, sir. Rajasthan PCB.
Sunil, are you there?
Rajasthan PCB, are you there?
चेक कर लो, सर्च में चेक कर लो RSPCB और सुनील, उसको फोन भी कर लो.
सर एंगेज आ रहा है फोन.
हेलो, गुड आफ्टरनून सर.
Good afternoon Sunil, please.
सर शेयर sir, kindly share the PPT I have sent you today. Anup sir, yes sir. Thank you. Good afternoon all. Myself Sunil Kumar, Scientific Officer, Rajasthan State Pollution Control Board. Today I am going to deliver some aspects of plastic waste management rules and implementation of ban on single-use plastic items. Next. Sir, apart from this single-use plastic ban, it's been a while. State government has already banned plastic carry bags, irrespective of the thickness, from 1st August 2010. And recently, in 2021, they have exempted the biodegradable and compostable plastic carry bags so that the alternatives of these plastic carry bags can be easily available to the citizens. Next. These are some glimpses of the action taken by State Pollution Control Board regarding the ban of plastic carry bags. Initially, we have closed down so many manufacturing units, and we have taken a special campaigns by the joint teams by seizing the banned materials and then the co-processing of this seized material through cement plants. Approximately 2016 number of prosecutions have been filed by State Pollution Control Board against the defaulters. And as per UDT department, the seizure of this plastic carry bags is approximately 419 tons as per December 2022 data, and a fine of around 4 crores has been imposed on these defaulters. State Pollution Control Board is not giving any consent for these plastic carry bags, and we have done regular checks on these units so that no manufacturing units can be in the state of Rajasthan. Recently, regarding the illegal transportation of this banned material, we have written to some State Pollution Control Board's member secretaries regarding that key, no imposing of conditions that no plastic carry bags can be sold to the Rajasthan state. Next. In the starting, the state level task force has been constituted under the chairmanship of Chief Secretary, and the last meeting was held on 30th January 2023. And regularly with the stakeholders, regular meetings has been held after this ban imposed after 1st July 2022. And accordingly, to monitor this ban and implementation of this ban, district level task force is also made functional under the chairmanship of district collectors. Next. These are some action taken by the state board from the starting of this ban. Earlier from this ban, we have issued this notices on this website of this pollution control board, the list of manufacturing units or alternative units, and the message regarding this ban. So these are all again displayed on the state board websites, so that the people can get aware about the ban. Next. We have also incorporating a mandatory condition regarding no use of banned SUP items in the industry premises, and we have written also to the industry department with request to that no industry can use these banned identified SUP items in the premises. Also, letter to associations of hospitals and these UDT departments and district collectors and various stakeholders has been issued time to time for the implementation of the ban. Next. Starting from this June 2022, we have surveyed around
Sunilji, your voice is not coming. Voice is breaking.
Now, sir?
Now it's clear. Now it's clear. Go ahead.
Sir, I was talking about the survey of industries. 2000 approx 2000 units has been conducted by State Pollution Control Board along with the stakeholders. During this survey, we have identified 19 units which are manufacturing banned SUP items, and we have taken direction of revocation of consent and closure of these units. Now, this out of these 19 units, 13 are upgraded to the alternate of SUP items, and 6 are still closed. We have identified also alternatives of the single-use plastic item. Major of them are compostable plastic items and biodegradable plastic items. And we have shared the list on the website also, so that the public can get the list and order from the this alternatives to the citizens. We have, sir, also done a series of workshop with CPET Jaipur in 2021, again on 2020 in June 2022, and in November 2022. These are already targeting with the MSME for transition from SUP to alternative items. Now we have also again one more workshop is going to be scheduled with CPET Jaipur for this transition to this alternatives, and also circular economy of this plastic waste. In this, sir, the Northwestern Railway headquarters, we have also done a seminar for capacity building of this Northwestern Railway headquarters officials regarding this SUP ban and their alternatives in September 2022. Next. These are some IC activities for the awareness of the ban of SUP undertaken by this RSPCB department. Several market workshop with the Association of Hotels and Restaurants has been undertaken by this. We have allotted separate funds to regional offices, 25 regional offices to carry out ICT activities. One state level inter-school department competition was also done by organized by RSPCB to make Rajasthan free for single-use plastic. In that, around 2 lakh students participated and around across 250 schools across the state. We also, sir, celebrated the World Environment Day with the theme of single-use plastic. And other than this, sir, we have other celebrated this Ozone Day and then this Blue Sky International Blue Sky Day with one seminar all with single-use plastic items. Other than that, awareness through electronic and social media also done, and we have requested the DRMs of railways to display regarding ban on SUP items on the railway stations. According to sir UD department, 2000 RST buses in back panel, we have used this hoarding to aware the public about the elimination of single-use plastic. Next. Sir, this Department of Environment has prepared this comprehensive action plan, and regular meetings were conducted by the STF and the sub-task force of this STF. This was chaired by Principal Secretary, Department of Environment, and regular monitoring is done by them. And the stakeholders have and RSPC department as sharing their compliances and other awareness activities with them. We have also done special drives with CPCB and ULBs and police department and undertaken the SUP ban implementation and their seizures. Next. These are the action taken till date. These are the above one is the special drives we have undertaken. We have approximately 20,000 of plastic seized, banned material seized, and around approx 9,15,000 of fine imposed in the 3 special drives. And in totality, we have seized around 78,000 of kg of plastic material and imposed fine of approx 43 lakhs. Next. These are some photographs which we have taken in this IC activities. These are wall paintings, approximately around 20-25 locations in the cities, making aware the people in the mass about this SUP ban. Next.
Sunil, we are running out of time. Please conclude.
Yes, sir. We are concluding, sir. This is the quiz competition we have done with the schools. And next. This hoarding we are sharing with UDD department regarding this SUP single-use plastic mobile app. Citizen can register their complaints accordingly in this SUP CPCB app. So we are sharing this with the UDD department, and they are using this as hoardings across the state. Next. These are other hoardings we are using in for this ban, awareness against the ban. Next. Next.
Next. The voice is not coming.
Early slide, thank you. Next slide, next slide.
Thank you, Sunilji. Thank you so much for your nice presentation. I request all the participants to bear at least now last lecture at 10 minutes more. Already the time is, we are running out of time. Kindly please bear with us for 10 more minutes. We have last lecture and afterwards we have very important some SUP demo regarding this demonstration exhibition we have put here regarding that Mr. Imtiaz Ali, he will be also there. Now I request CCB. Please.
Thank you so much, RSPCB. Now I would like to request Shri Alok Kumar Sahu, Assistant Engineer from CPCB. He is with us to present the status of implementation of the single-use plastic ban in the state of Chhattisgarh.
Sahuji, are you there? Chhattisgarh Environment Conservation Boards.
Is there anybody from CPCB?
Meanwhile, until he is joining, Imtiaz Ali साहब 5 स्टेट में आपका कुछ प्रेजेंटेशन है या 5 स्टेट अच्छा
Sir, from Chhattisgarh Environment Conservation Board.
Please. Carry on.
My presentation is visible. Please confirm.
Yeah.
Please check. Is it visible, sir?
Yes.
नहीं आपका
जो visible नहीं है इस
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Last presentation है
Regional Director, sir. Regional Director Bhopal, sir. Director CPCB and Director CPET Bhopal. Officials from Airport Authority of India Bhopal and West Central Railway officials, and also my counterparts of Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan State Pollution Control Board official. My name is Alok Kumar Sahu. I work as Assistant Engineer in Chhattisgarh Environment Conservation Board. First, I want to thank. I am thankful to CPCB and our RD to give me this type of opportunity to learn things and share. Due to Vidhan Sabha sessions and some other important work assigned to me, I'm not get enough time to prepare this PPT. Well, still I try to narrate all the important works done by CCB in our state till now and what is our future plans. Next. Please next. Is it visible, sir? Am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Okay. So पहले हम अपने स्टेट के बारे में जान लेते हैं। ये हमारे स्टेट में अभी प्रेजेंटली 33 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स हैं, जिसमें अभी जो हमारे स्टेट की जो पॉपुलेशन है वो जो इंडिया का 2% लगभग 2% पॉपुलेशन है। इसमें ये गवर्न होती 169 यूएलबीज हैं। इसमें 14 म्यूनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन है, 44 म्यूनिसिपल काउंसिल्स हैं और 111 म्यूनिसिपल पंचायत हैं। इसमें जितने भी यूएलबीज हैं, अर्बन लोकल बॉडीज हैं, उनमें सभी में नोडल ऑफिसर्स हैं जो असाइन हैं सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक के मॉनिटरिंग और इन्फोर्समेंट के लिए। इसी प्रकार हमारे जो ग्राम पंचायत लेवल पे भी हम सभी ग्राम पंचायत पे एक नोडल ऑफिसर्स असाइन करने की प्रक्रिया में है, जो जो ग्राम पंचायत लेवल पर इसकी मॉनिटरिंग कर पाएंगे और इन्फोर्स कर पाएंगे। हमारे सभी रीजनल 7 रीजनल ऑफिसर्स हैं, सभी रीजनल ऑफिसर्स में ऑफिसर जो हैं उनको नोडल ऑफिसर बनाया गया है अपने अपने कार्य क्षेत्र के अंतर्गत सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक बैन को इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए। और हमारे स्टेट में ये 2021-22 के से एनुअल रिपोर्ट से ये है कि हमारा जो एनुअल प्रोडक्शन है प्लास्टिक वेस्ट का वो 140 टन पर डे है, जो कि रफली जो है नेशनल लेवल के 0.5 या 1% है। तो ये हमारा सीन है ये स्टेट का। हमारे स्टेट में जो है ये नोटिफिकेशन जो 12 अगस्त 2021 का आया था आइडेंटिफाइड सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक को बैन करने का, उससे पहले ही हमारे स्टेट ने प्लास्टिक कैरी बैग्स को बैन किया गया था, जिसके कोई भी राज्य में निर्माण, स्टोरेज, इंपोर्ट, सेल नहीं किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा शॉर्ट लाइफ पीवीसी एंड क्लोरीनेटेड एडवर्टाइजिंग फ्लैक्सेस मटेरियल्स को भी बैन किया गया था। पर ये इसमें और भी जैसे जो पब्लिक नालियों और पब्लिक प्लेसेस पे जो प्लास्टिक फेंक रहे थे उन जिससे लिटरिंग की समस्या हो रही थी, इस सब को डील करने के लिए स्टेट ने छत्तीसगढ़ प्लास्टिक एंड अदर नॉन बायोडिग्रेडेबल मटेरियल्स रेगुलेशन ऑफ यूज एंड डिस्पोजल एक्ट 2020 लाया, जो कि 18 मई 2020 से स्टेट पे लागू है। नेक्स्ट, ये जो प्लास्टिक वेस्ट का हमारे यहाँ जो मैनेजमेंट का सिस्टम है वो उसके बारे में चर्चा करते हैं। जो प्लास्टिक वेस्ट है वो मेनली हमारे यहाँ जो टोटल हाउस होल्ड और स्ट्रीट वेस्ट के साथ जो सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स और जो रैक पिकर्स हैं उनके द्वारा SLRM सेंटर्स पे लाया जाता है। हमारे यहाँ टोटल 362 SLRM सेंटर हैं जहाँ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बिल्टअप है सेग्रीगेशन के, कलेक्शन के, स्टोरेज एंड डिस्पोजल के। तो ये जो सॉलिड वेस्ट का पहले हम लोग सेग्रीगेशन करते हैं प्लास्टिक वेस्ट में और अदर वेस्ट में। प्लास्टिक वेस्ट को भी हम लोग फर्दर सेग्रीगेट कराते हैं रिसाइकलेबल में और नॉन रिसाइकलेबल में। रिसाइकलेबल वेस्ट को हम लोग ऑथराइज्ड रिसाइकलर्स को दिया जाता है और नॉन रिसाइकलेबल को सीमेंट प्लांट्स पे को प्रोसेसिंग के लिए दिया जाता है और रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन के लिए यूज होता है। हमारे यहाँ एक बहुत काफी फेमस है अंबिकापुर मॉडल, जहाँ वेस्ट का मैनेजमेंट के लिए पूरे देश में ये एक मॉडल है। और इसमें एक नई चीजें लागू हुई है जिसमें रैक पिकर्स लोग को प्लास्टिक के बदले ब्रेकफास्ट या लंच दिया जाता है। तो और इसके अलावा जो हमारे स्टेट ने नेशनल टास्क फोर्स नेशनल एलिमिनेशन ऑफ सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक के लिए नेशनल टास्क फोर्स का गठन किया है, जिसके अध्यक्ष जो है चीफ सेक्रेटरी सर हैं। इनकी अध्यक्षता में जो एक एक्शन तैयार किया गया है, एक्शन जो कि टाइम बाउंडेड है और इसमें जितने भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं उनको एक टास्क दिया गया है। जैसे कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री डिपार्टमेंट जो है सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक के जो यूनिट्स हैं जो स्टेट पे लगने वाले हैं उनके प्रमोशन के लिए इंसेंटिव्स दे रही है, इंसेंटिव्स की पॉलिसी बना रही है। और जो हमारा डिपार्टमेंट है हाउसिंग एंड एनवायरनमेंट डिपार्टमेंट, वो गाइडलाइन तैयार कर रही है कि जो सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक के अल्टरनेटिव्स पे कुछ रिसर्च या वर्क हो उनको अवार्ड्स दे या फिर उनको रिकॉग्नाइज करके उनका रिसर्च के लिए फंड करे। जो हमारे अर्बन डिपार्टमेंट है वो उन्होंने भी एक एंटी प्लास्टिक मॉनिटरिंग टीम बनाया है जो वार्ड वाइज जो हमारे जितने भी यूएपीज है अर्बन लोकल बॉडीज में उनमें वार्ड वाइज वहां जाके प्रचार प्रसार करती हैं और अगर कोई वायलेशन पाया जाता है तो उसमें फाइन इम्पोज करती है। इन्होंने हमारे अर्बन डिपार्टमेंट ने
Sahuji, can you? I want to interrupt you, Sahuji. Just go to your last slide. Conclude yours. What your issues क्या है वो दिखा, ये क्या time we are running out of time.
Okay, sir.
जल्दी फास्ट कर दो। क्या others are all the participants are very senior officials, they are waiting ना, time already lunch time भी हो गया ना।
ओके सर, सर ये जो हमने जो हमारे बोर्ड ने जो ये स्टेट में अवेयरनेस के लिए जो होर्डिंग्स वगैरह लगाए हैं, इसमें ये इसके ये सैंपल्स हैं सर, ये सभी जो जिला मुख्यालय डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर्स हैं वहां लगे हैं, और जो मेन मार्केट है, मेन रोड है, उस पे लगे हुए हैं। नेक्स्ट, ये सर ये शॉप्स पे डिजिटल डिस्प्लेज हैं कि एयरपोर्ट्स पे लगे हुए हैं, ट्रेन्स पे डिस्प्ले लगा है सर अवेयरनेस के लिए, और हमारे द्वारा स्कूली बच्चों के माध्यम से भी काफी सारा अवेयरनेस फैलाया जाता है। नेक्स्ट, ये ड्राइंग कंपटीशन जो एनवायरनमेंट डे पे, ओजोन डे पे ऑर्गेनाइज किया जाता है। नेक्स्ट, नेक्स्ट, ये इंस्पेक्शन होती है सर, जॉइंट इंस्पेक्शन, और इसमें इंस्पेक्शन में हम बैक ट्रेस करके पता करते हैं कि कहाँ से अगर आ रहा है, ये अगर कोई मिल रहा है तो कहाँ से मिल रहा है सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक, और उसकी जानकारी लेकर हम उसकी जानकारी CPCB और बाकी स्टेट से भी शेयर करते हैं। नेक्स्ट, नेक्स्ट, ये अल्टरनेटिव्स के लिए हमारे पास जो है सर, हमारे स्टेट में महूल और साल के लीव्स काफी हैं, तो उसके अल्टरनेटिव्स के लिए फॉरेस्ट माइनर प्रोड्यूस फेडरेशन डिपार्टमेंट ने जो ट्राइबल वुमेन्स हैं, सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स हैं, उनको उनके माध्यम से डिफरेंट साइजेस के ये टूना एंड सॉसर्स का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट लगाया है सर। ये अभी 16 यूनिट्स हैं, इसमें ये प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है, और ये एक अच्छा अल्टरनेटिव है सर। एक है हमारा पेपर बैग, जिसको अभी हमारे शासन की तरफ से जितने भी मेडिकल शॉप्स हैं वहाँ ये इसका यूज कंपलसरी कर दिया गया है। अदर शॉप्स में भी ये ब्राउन पेपर बैग्स का यूज कंपलसरी कर दिया गया है। ये सभी यूएलबीज में ये बर्तन बैंक है, जो एक अच्छा अल्टरनेटिव है, जो रेंट पे दिया जाता है, और ये सभी यूएलबीज पे झोला बैंक है, ये भी रेंट पे और सेल किया जाता है मार्केट प्लेसेस पे। ये डिस्पोज कंपोस्टेबल प्रोडक्ट्स भी हमारे स्टेट पे काफी यूज होने लगे हैं, और ये 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 जो है हमारे एक टीम गई थी अलग अलग स्टेट पे, उस पे से ये बेस्ट चीज ढूंढ रहे हैं। उनमें से ये है कि बनाना लीव्स का और ये कॉर्न लीव्स का ये प्रोडक्ट बन सकता है अल्टरनेटिव। और हमारे स्टेट में ये क्लॉथ बैग वेंडिंग मशीन के लिए भी इसकी लेने की तैयारी है, जो मेन मार्केट्स एरिया में लगाए जाएंगे। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Sauji. Nice presentation, especially last 4-5 slides are very useful. So you kindly share the presentation. All the those who have presented, kindly share all your presentation if you have made any changes, so that we can mail to provide to all the participants. The participants are very senior official from railways and airports. We should, I really appreciate their patience and listening very calmly. Now I request Imtiaz Ali, who is the person who is involved in this plastic activities from last 25 years. I request Imtiaz Ali to take it. Last 5 minutes.
Thank you, sir. बेसिकली वन यूज प्लास्टिक से लोगों को कैसे रोजगार मिले, तो आत्मनिर्भर भारत से हमने इसको जोड़ा है, और मध्य प्रदेश के 12 यूएलबी में हमने इस प्रोग्राम को शुरू किया है। नेक्स्ट, डिफरेंट जो भी स्कीम्स हैं, चाहे वो स्वच्छ भारत मिशन रूरल हो, ग्रामीण हो, उन सभी से उन सभी से इसको जोड़ा हुआ है, और कोशिश ये की गई है कि जो भी चाहे नेशनल लाइवलीहुड मिशन हो या नेशनल अर्बन लाइवलीहुड मिशन हो, इन मिशनों से महिलाओं को खासतौर पे जो एक्टिविस्ट के ग्रुप है उनको जोड़ के मटेरियल बनाने का काम किया है। नेक्स्ट, हम लोगों ने
Thank you so much, sir. Now the most important part of the session. Now the session is open for discussion. If anyone from the participants is having any question, any query, and Shri Ritesh Guru, scientist CPCB, HO Delhi. Kindly raise your hands. We will be moving towards each and all, one by one.
Ritesh ji, are you there? Ritesh ji, CPCB, Delhi.
We are having us Mr. Avasti, the director of Airport India, Bhopal, from Bhopal. I welcome you, sir. We were waiting for you since the morning, but we are very happy that you joined our session. Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar, madam. Ramji Avasti, Director Bhopal Airport. First of all, thank you for giving us opportunity to present our showcase our what we are doing at Bhopal Airport. एंड जितने भी जो भी हमारे डायरेक्शंस होते हैं इसके पर्यावरण संबंधित सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक के जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के या आपके जो भी होते हैं उसमें हम लोग पूरी तरह से इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं एयरपोर्ट्स में और जो हम लोगों ने पिछले साल किया है इसके पहले करते रहे हैं हमारी टीम ने आपके यहाँ प्रेजेंटेशन दिया है एंड रियली वी आर थैंकफुल और अगर जो रेलवे का भी अभी हमने प्रेजेंटेशन देखा था और जो उनके भी अच्छी नवाचार हैं उसको भी हम लोग यहाँ पे इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे वो एयरपोर्ट लेवल पे भी करेंगे बीइंग पब्लिक प्लेस और जो भी आपके फर्दर इंस्ट्रक्शन होंगे वो लोग हम लोग भी एयरपोर्ट में फर्दर उसको करेंगे क्योंकि बीइंग द गेटवे ऑफ द सिटी और जितना होगा हम लोग इसमें से करेंगे और थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग अस अपॉर्चुनिटी टू शोकेस अवर प्रेजेंटेशन
All the participants, if you are having any query, please raise your hand or write in the chat box so that we will be able to answer your queries. If no issues, then we will be concluding our session.
Thank you. Chat box में क्या query था? अनुज जी?
मेल पीपीटी लिखा है मेल एक तो ये था कि पेट की जो बोतल चल रही है वो प्लास्टिक की है तो उसका तो सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक है वो
क्या query था? Somebody कौन पूछा था? Who is asked?
someone the start he asked पेट की बोतल अभी भी क्यों चल रही है
Want to say something? पेट की बोतल क्यों चल रहा है? अच्छा
शूटिंग लिस्ट में नहीं है वो
No, actually, exact query I have not understood, but PET bottle, why it is still running? Somebody means why it is still using, I can say. So I hope if you check the history of the growing of the bottle, especially the portable bottle supply mein jo bhi, especially the bottle which has replaced from SDP, PBC, finally PET. PET is having various actually advantages, especially the strength to weight ratio is the major factor, and it is having a very good chemical residue and other properties. So in that way, PET is given priority, and overall costing, if you see, and easily recyclable, which I have already told in my presentation. So, and that is also the value added for the recycling purpose. Any rack pickers are also getting some handsome money when they are selling it as a recycled bottle. So ultimately, PET is still capture the market share more than I can say 90% still. And at present, there is no replacement so far for the PET. And of course, there is a debate on that. why don't we can even put bar as a single-use plastic for the smaller bottle also, but under the EPR, I think they have taken it.
Yeah.
So in that way, those bottles are still running below 100 ml, I hope so, or 250 ml.
Yeah.
Earlier it was 250 ml. So still they are using under the EPR guidelines. So of course, PET will be continuously running as per the notified plastic waste management rules also within there.
Sir, may I? Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, please, sir, please. We are
Sir,
waiting.
Ritesh Guru.
Your
CPCB
concluding
solution.
remark.
Hello.
Please, please.
Sir, if I may just add to what you were saying regarding PET bottles. Sir, ये हुआ क्या था कि before we actually notified the SCP items, there was a committee which was being formed by the DCPC, Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals. And what they had done is the committee, it looked into various plastic items, a lot of different plastic items, and all the plastic items were judged on two matrices. One was to see how good it is, or how useful it is, how important it is, and the other one is what are the environmental issues related to that particular object, that particular plastic item. And so they were trying to assess what is the harm to environment and how useful it is. Based on that, a lot of decisions were taken, and it was also found कि जो PET bottles वगैरह है, there is definitely a system for recycling available for it. So probably right now it is not a good idea to ban, especially since it is also very useful. So considering that, PET bottles have not been banned so far.
Yeah, you are very correct. Actually, in that committee, I was one of the member also. So I have told only the gist. I have not told the background of those evaluation part, assessment part by the committee. Only thing, as a common person, what are the advantage of the PET over the other materials that we have discussed.
Okay, thank you, Gurunji.
There is one question. If you
और
are
एक क्या क्वेश्चन था?
if you are using plastic in the road, will it not produce microplastic? There is one question. Is there any study?
Yeah, actually, anything which is relevant to microplastic, it is still debatable at the ISO level. Various marine sort of material which is available. So microplastic is still, as per the recent BIS standard also, for the marine products or marine microplastic, that is still assessment of the biodegradability is still not able to consider at present, because our focus is first to come out from the other environmental impact, and slowly we are going towards that also in future. So definitely that is going to be taken care in that aspect.
How this could be minimized?
I think it is again the mindset. As I told you, if you push your younger generation that they can start avoiding and they can start using other alternative materials, and you can start refusing to take the utensils or other items in the carry bag, which is not at all permitted. So then only it can be minimized. It is ultimately mindset also. So because we know plastic is making the life very comfortable. So in that aspects, if you are still thinking, then definitely.
আমি সুইট করে দিচ্ছি
Speaking gitu, milag.
Give the answer. Please. So it is for financial year.
Financial year.
Financial year. EPR compliances is for financial year.
1st April to 31st March. Okay.
Okay, now we can close. Acha, you want to add anything, Gurunji?
जी सर, ये EPR compliance cycle is, when we say compliance, it is with regards to fulfillment of EPR liabilities. That is as per the financial year, and the annual report is to be submitted by 30th of June. So reporting के लिए थोड़ा सा time दे दिया गया. Just wanted to add on that.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Now we are just at the concluding part. I would like to request Dr. Anup Chaturvedi, Scientist B, CPCB RD Bhopal, to deliver the vote of thanks for this session.
Thank you for all the participants for participating in this single-use related workshop. और सबसे पहले मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा हमारा CPCB हेड ऑफिस को, जिनने इस तरह का ये प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज किया। और उसके अलावा हमारा जो CPCB का जो पूरा टीम है वो सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक से रिलेटेड जो वर्क है उसके एलिमिनेशन के लिए कंटिन्यूसली एफर्ट्स कर रहे हैं। और उसी के कंटिन्यूएशन में एयरपोर्ट्स और रेलवे स्टेशन, जो कि मेजर जहाँ पे कस्टमर्स और पैसेंजर्स आते हैं, वहाँ पे बल्क जनरेशन, तो उनके लिए हमने ये सेशन आज स्पेशल रखा था। तो मैं सर सबसे पहले एयरपोर्ट अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया का धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा। उनने सभी ने अपना कोऑर्डिनेशन दिया। सारे रेलवे के और जो DRMs हैं, सब लोगों ने बहुत अच्छा पार्टिसिपेशन दिया, उनके लिए उनको धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा। सीपेट से हमारा सर काफी पुराना रिलेशन रहा है, और सीपेट के डायरेक्टर सर यहाँ पे आए, उन्होंने अपना वैल्यूएबल टाइम दिया और अपना प्रेजेंटेशन दिया, उनको मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा। और साथ में जो हमारा मेन पार्ट है स्टेट पॉल्यूशन कंट्रोल बोर्ड, जो इसके कंप्लायंस के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, उन लोगों ने भी काफ़ी हमें अच्छा सपोर्ट किया, उनके लिए मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा। और हमारा RD भोपाल के जो सभी लोग जो इसमें इन्वॉल्व थे, उनके लिए
रेलवे मिस कर रहे हो।
रेलवे GM है और DRM से उन्होंने कोऑपरेट किया।
धागा चेंज काट खोल लो ना सर इसकी।
मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ सर हम का जो हमने आज वर्कशॉप में देखा है, सीखा है, उनको हम
उधर
और
से नहीं होगी
करेंगे और इसको कंप्लायंस करेंगे। थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच। मैं सर RD सर से रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा सर परमिशन दें।
ये यहाँ से हो जाएगा।
Thank you very much. Before that, Gurunji, you want to raise anything issue? Any issue? Your hand is raising.
सर इशू रेज तो नहीं करना था सर, मुझे बस RD भोपाल को पूरा टीम को कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट करना था कि एक बहुत बढ़िया बहुत अच्छा वर्कशॉप किया सर। मेनी कांग्रेचुलेशंस ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ हेड ऑफिस सर।
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Actually, this is the
काटने वाला कोई नहीं मिला तो उससे अच्छा है ना कि क्या करना है, बढ़ाई लो।
Just I want to request all of you, please mute your. This is final. Just I want to. Railways, especially railways, their overwhelming response we have received. I really thank you all the DRMs and GMs and airport director especially. Really, we are not expected this much response we will receive from the railways especially. It is really, they have helped a lot, and this shows that you are really interested in implementing this ban of SUP. Thank you very much for all the participants. If you have any queries, anything you can send to us. We have mail ID and other thing, even numbers also given. We are here to help you. Thank you so much for all of you.
Thank you, sir, from Indian Railways and particularly from Western Railway. Thanks a lot, sir. Very nice presentation and workshop, sir. We got a lot.
Thank you.
Okay. Arun, yes, is correct, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
आप म्यूट कर लो, डिस्कनेक्ट